Gotta avoid that stuff.
That's good advice.
Rednauer in front court, gives to Allen, curling off a James Green, switches right to left hand. Miller stumbles to the floor, he fell. Allen drove right by him, laid at him with the left hand. Sonics by 7. Kings call a timeout 3 minutes into the quarter, and listen to the crowd there in full voice. They are ready for Game 5. There's Rednauer circling off a Collison screen, then Collison rolls, gets the ball and laid it in. And again, the Sonics run that mid-pick and roll with Collison flashing to the middle to lay it. Daniels working to Lewis on a slip screen for 3. Got it, Lewis! It's your time! Rashard Lewis nails the 3. 3:26 remaining in the game. And it's Rashard Lewis stepping out to center stage. Allen high on the left with 7. Checked by Evans. They clear out. He makes his move into the lane, stumbles a bit, rights himself, twists and turns, finger rolls it up and in. 12 and 8 seconds left. He has done it again. The Sonics lead by 4. Stojakovic gives to Bibby, gets off the 3, unimpeded, fires, misses, ball game over. Lewis grabs the rebound, and that will be that. The first round series is over, and the Sonics have beaten the Sacramento Kings 4-1.
And so it was.
Beat LA.
For the Sacramento Queens. Bye-bye. Nice to see ya. It's on to round number 2 with the Seattle Sonics. I should have gone to the game last night.
Didn't go?
I gave away my tickets to Kilbreath.
Wow. Kilbreath went, stayed up late.
Thank you, by the way.
Oh, jeez.
You could have been laying in bed listening to it.
I could have.
He probably did lay in bed at the game with his eyes closed. He found a way, Terry.
Right.
Only him. Probably left after the first quarter.
It looked like they had it in hand.
What was that?
It looked like they had it in hand.
Is that right? Yes. Well, it sounded pretty noisy in that arena last night.
Yeah.
It was.
But I enjoyed watching the game with my family.
Oh, good.
Side of my arms, Terry.
Yeah?
That's
Yes,
more important.
That's right. That's right. And
Was he screaming with you?
Oh, Terry, I had to stop. He was so excited he was peeing everywhere.
I bet he was.
See, when he gets excited, he just poops wherever he is. It's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
I can relate, yeah.
That's awesome.
Right.
And your wife throws peanuts behind her back to you during the game.
Yes, it's a great experience that you can't get at the arena. So it was quite the series. Nice last 2 wins by the Sonics, pulling games out that could have easily been lost. It was a big moment in the game yesterday where Sacramento started to take control.
It was a scare.
Third quarter, they were up by, at one point, I think, double digits.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too big a mountain to climb back for the Sonics with the full team effort again last night. Ray Allen didn't dominate. He definitely did his part.
Yeah.
30 points and making sure the team needed a bucket when they did. He got it for them.
Yeah.
But overall, the team was there, Terry. And now the team marches on to round 2.
Go on, Team March.
Oh, jeez. Now, did you watch the game, Terry?
I did. I watched probably up until halftime, and then I fell asleep.
Oh, jeez.
Because I was so tired.
And you listened to the rest on radio?
Yeah.
Because you had the Sacramento Queens in the office pool,
I did,
Terry.
and I'm just sucking in that pool, so, I might as well cheer on the Sonics.
There you go.
What's the point?
Oh, jeez. Well, do you remember who had the Sonics in the office pool, Terry?
Let me guess. That would be you, T-Man. And in fact, I gave them up a few times, I remember, in my turns. I kept going, never mind.
Yeah, Terry had the opportunity to take the third-seeded Western Conference Seattle Supersonics and passed on them to take teams like the 76ers.
Oh, I know.
And
They won, one game. Ooh, go.
And she took Boston ahead of...
That was her first pick.
She took Boston as the first pick?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's a damn shame. They're on the verge of defeat, Terry.
The only team that's really saving me right now is Dallas.
Well, if that's your only hope, Terry, you could be in a lot of trouble. Dallas was down 2-0. Yes, they've come storming back and have a chance to close it out. Is that tonight in Houston?
Tonight, yeah.
I don't think Houston's done yet. I think Houston wins tonight.
Yeah, probably.
Well, there's a conspiracy, though.
I think Houston wins tonight and gives them a run. You've just been fined $100,000 by David Stern.
Oh,
Steve.
okay.
I think, well, the head coach of the Houston Rockets was fined $100,000 for claiming there's a conspiracy against Yao Ming. It's some anti-Asian conspiracy against Yao Ming, and because he said that to the press, he was fined $100,000, Terry.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas is not tonight.
Dallas is not tonight. It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
So who's tonight? Spurs?
It's Chicago and San Antonio.
And the Spurs and the McNuggets, too.
Yeah, Chicago and Washington and San Antonio and Denver, yes.
Okay. Oh, is that what you said? Anyway, so I think Houston wins Game 6, Terry. You're going to lose a point there. Actually, won't get a point. And then I think Houston gives them a run for their money in Game 7.
So what you're saying is I just won't get anywhere.
What
in
we're
this
saying
pool.
is bring cash, not a check.
Right.
What I'm saying is I don't think you're going to win this pool. Well, if Dallas gets out of this series, anything can happen.
Sure. Right.
Dallas would play Phoenix in the second round and capable of winning that series, Terry. So don't give up hope.
You have to have one team make it out of the first round.
Well, it's bad when you win. When I went home so excited about being in this pool in the first place, and you tell your son, hey, these are my teams, and he looks at you and says,
can I have my own haircut, Ma?
and says, what were you thinking?
Right.
Those are so bad you're going to lose.
Can I make a call and tell someone about this, Ma?
You're clearly the dumb one in the family now, Mom. I need to make my own haircut.
Okay. Now, have you lost 3 out of your 4 teams?
I think so.
Well, I think she's still alive.
Well, I kind of am
who?
alive.
With who? Who else? She has Boston.
let me
still,
open it up.
All right, Boston's still semi-alive, barely alive.
And
she lost.
Dallas?
She lost Philadelphia. Dallas is in a good spot. And who's her 4th team?
Philadelphia lost.
Well, I just said that.
Okay, let's see.
Might want to listen.
Boston.
There was Dallas.
Boston barely
Sacramento.
alive. Oh,
Sacramento, yeah.
Sacramento's done.
Yeah, so she has 2 teams out.
Yeah.
2 teams out, a 3rd on the way, and the 4th one, her only real legitimate chance of having a run at the big money. The big money, no whammies, stop.
She's on life support right now.
I am.
Terry
You know
Freeze
what?
dripping.
Just pull the damn plug already. Okay, jeez.
Terry Frias, George Clooney, Emma Clear. Oh, jeez. Well,
Go ahead, give you the money, have a great
sneaking
day.
into her room right now, ready to pull the plug.
maybe you should have done a little research on...
Oh my gosh, I didn't really have a lot of time. I was given the opportunity that day. It's not like I can research, within 5 minutes.
Well, it's
you got,
amazing. The internet, Terry, information at your fingertips. What a concept. What's that now, Stephen?
I was going to say, yeah, she had like 10 seconds to decide whether to be in or not.
Right.
That's because Pasty Dave backed out at the last minute.
Well, exactly.
Because everyone gets sick and tired of chasing Pasty Dave for $50. Anyhow.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
How could Pasty Dave decide he doesn't want to be in this pool and let Terry be in and let Terry make a disaster out of this out of the credibility of this pool by picking teams that did?
Needs to save his money for cigarettes.
They are pretty
Is that what it is,
expensive these days.
Pasty?
No.
Right.
The pool until
What?
after everybody had gotten together.
Yeah, whatever. You didn't want to be in the pool, man. You wanted your cigarettes and...
You guys made that decision
Cigarettes and
for
pot.
me, though. You never even asked me.
If his dad's listening, you wanted your cigarettes and your pot. All right. So I hope you're enjoying your day.
The T-Man. A little bit.
Tom Cruise came exclusively to Extra, gushing to our John Kelly about his romance with Katie Holmes.
That's nice.
Now the question on everyone's lips.
I didn't realize until I saw a video of them yesterday kissing on some little European red carpet deal.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, and I should have, because he had the history with Nicole Kidman. I should have realized how much taller Katie Holmes is than him and how ridiculous it looks.
Yeah, I saw a picture
Just-
of them too, and I was like going, dang, she's so much taller
So
than
much
him.
taller. He just looks like a little kid. The way, even though he's 45 years older than
Yeah,
her, something like that.
that.
Right? It's just awkward.
No, I know. I totally
to
agree
see
with
little
you.
Tom Cruise reaching up, standing on his tiptoes to kiss Katie Holmes.
I know, 'cause-
And she's not extraordinarily tall, is she? Was about 5'9"? Stamen, come on.
Yeah, 5'9", 5'10".
You got the life-size poster on your bedroom wall still.
The growth chart.
You're right. So how tall is she? 5'9"?
I was going to say 5'10".
And she towers over the man.
She
He's a
does.
little man.
He's a little man.
How tall is he really? Like 5'5"?
5 women. 5, yeah, something like that.
You got to watch Top Gun when he's playing volleyball. Mm-hmm. Remember that he's 5'4"?
Because
hilarious.
it's really obvious.
So you watch that scene over and over, do you?
Sure. And he's spiking the ball with his shirt off.
Right.
He's so
hot.
sexy.
With the glistening bodies.
Playing with the boys.
Looking at your watch and flexing your muscles at the same time.
What time is it?
Mm-hmm.
Time for the gun show.
How does that work again?
We all did it. Yes.
You're right, officially 5'9".
5'9", Katie Holmes, and yet she looked like she was 5, 6, 7 inches taller than him.
Yeah, she did.
Unbelievable.
I've seen a picture and I said the same thing. I was like,
It's just bizarre.
Now the question on everyone's lips.
Yeah.
Now, what did you two mean?
You know, I think I'm going to hold on to that one for myself.
Wow.
Well, now we may know. So was it a chance meeting at some Hollywood hotspot? No. According to Us Weekly, Tom was so enamored with Katie, he actually called and asked her to fly from New York to L.A. just to meet him.
Wow. The publicists got on the phone together, Terry, because Tom Cruise, if you heard, wouldn't reveal the information
no, he wanted to
as
hold
to
on.
where they met.
Now, what did you two mean?
You know, I think I'm going to hold on to that one for myself.
She stumbled into the bathhouse asking for directions. What happened?
Wow.
Sounds like it's pretty private.
I met her at Barrioki.
Oh, jeez.
Now the question on everyone's lips.
Right.
Now, what did you two mean?
You know, I think I'm going to hold on to that one for myself.
Well, now we may know. So was it a chance
Was he
meeting?
embarrassed to say that my publicist called her publicist and we got it together? What's the big deal? That's how every Hollywood couple gets together. One sees the other on TV, and the one with more power tells their publicist to call the one with less power as publicist, and
And bam.
there's a chance meeting.
Yeah, nice
Seems like
chance
he
meeting.
probably thinks he sounds like a predator, going after the young girl.
Just a little bit. Yes. He kind of is. But if he was a predator, he'd be taller.
Yeah, predators aren't short,
It's tough
are
to
they?
jerk people into the van when you're a little guy.
Yeah, predators don't have to stand on their tiptoes to kiss their dates. All right. Man.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Well, there they were.
Happy little
In
couple.
front of the cameras, looking happy, Terry. And I told you, my gut tells me
Yeah.
that this could be a long-term situation. And calling anything long-term as it relates to Hollywood couple situations is quite the accomplishment, and that's what I see happening here. I see a 10-year relationship here, Terry, if not more.
Right?
If
Because
not
him and Nicole were, what, 10 years?
10 years to a life. This will outlast Nicole and Tom Cruise.
Wow.
That's my prediction.
Really?
Absolutely. This is not going to be a short-term thing. I'm going to play this back in 4 months.
I know. They're done.
This is not going to be a short-term thing. This one, my prediction, again, to make it more specific, is going to outlast Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Wow, mark your calendars.
Yes, I don't know
said
how
it
you
today.
mark it, but go
Well,
ahead
every
and mark
day
it.
you got to mark it.
There you go. So what
As
are you
it
up?
goes on.
What are you up to with the markings there, Steve?
Well, I'm up to, about 3.5 weeks now?
Yeah, from the day they met in the bathhouse there. It's very exciting. So I'm very happy for them, Terry. It sounds like a true love situation, and they looked, as everyone noticed, very happy.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Now, what else is going on? What else is happening?
Well, are you prepared for the Fallen Idol on Primetime Live tonight?
That's right. It's a big day today.
Big day.
Big
today.
day. Big day. We wake up this morning. Sonic's moving on to the playoffs. You got Dr. Phillips sitting down with Pat. Oh, my ass is drunk and Brian.
Yes.
And I'm calling little interns to come over for sex and hookers and coke.
Yeah, getting crazy.
Right. We have that tonight, too, right?
Yes.
And we have Fallen Idol on Primetime Live, where they reveal secrets behind the American Idol show. And the word is they're going to focus mostly on Paula Abdul.
And her relationship with Corey.
But
Corey Clark.
Primetime Live is an hour show, right?
Yeah.
And they're devoting the entire hour to American Idol, or no?
I'm not sure.
Probably 55 minutes story about a guy in Iraq, and then just 5 minutes of American Idol sucks.
The way it sounds, I mean, it sounds like they're going to devote probably the whole hour,
The
but
whole
I'm
hour.
not sure.
All right, we'll
I'm
see.
not-
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
it is.
All right. It's hard to do something else when you're publicizing it this much.
Right.
And it's going to be Fallen Idol, and it's going to have secrets behind the show that'll make you never watch it again the same way.
Right.
You'll still watch it, though, right?
You watch it? Perhaps. I'm sure you will, but with a lot more cynicism / skepticism / any other ism you want to throw in there. Because of ABC's exposure, pulling up the curtain and showing you what goes on behind the scenes at American Idol. And Fox people over there at the old network known as Fox, Terry, they're in a war with ABC, from what I hear. I mean, there is bad blood over the airing of this show because the old adage, the old sentiment, it's always been customary that you don't expose another network show and their secrets.
Right.
But here's ABC breaking all the rules.
Getting in your face.
They're so jealous of those American Idol ratings that they're breaking rules that have existed in television since the beginning of the of the box, Terry.
If only Fox was around to expose those secrets of Battle of the Network Stars. In the old days.
Would have really showed him, huh?
It's not Gabe Kaplan running.
That tug of war That tug of war didn't last an hour.
Right.
Epstein from Welcome Back, Kotter Ain't That Strong. Anyhow, it's going to be landmark, groundbreaking television as one network exposes another network's show as basically fraudulent and seedy and chaotic and all that other fun stuff.
Can't wait.
Yes.
We're going to get crazy tonight.
Well, my TiVo guy has already got plans. He's got the instructions set.
He's got the hooker, the coke.
That's right. He's got the instructions already installed in its system to tape both.
Wow.
Dr. Phillip with Pat O'Brien, the hookers and the coke backstage, and Fallen Idol on Primetime Live. So just in case I have some kind of brain situation, I will not be missing either one. Show. Yes.
Well, good to know. Because it'll be interesting, that's for sure. They even say that Corey Clark claims that Paula Abdul provided him with her own prescription cough medicine to soothe his scratchy throat.
Ooh, that's pretty intimate. That's pretty intimate and highly erotic.
Hooked him up with the hairstyle, clothes, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, hairstyle, clothes, big deal. But the cough syrup, Terry, you can't just take Robitussin, young man.
Oh, no.
You have to take my fancy prescription, doctor-ordered cough syrup.
That's right.
Now, isn't this hot? Let me pour it all over your naked body and lick it off.
It'll make you better.
Yes. Last thing on your mind will be coughing. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, if Primetime Live found out that kind of intimate information, Terry, I am certainly going to be a satisfied viewer tonight.
Good.
Oh, they uncovered the scandal that she gave him prescription cough medicine, Terry. Wow! Better be a little bit better than that.
I'm sure it will.
All right.
You know, they give...
I don't want to see video of her putting a little teaspoon in his mouth, Terry.
Going open wide.
All right.
No, it tastes bad.
Come on, swallow it in one go. Go ahead. Come on.
I'm sure it'll be better than that, but
all right.
Interesting.
Paula Abdul looked very sober last night. That's all I got to say.
She did.
She looked unusually sober as far as this season number 4 is concerned. She looked very subdued. She didn't look like the I'm going to challenge Simon, and I can barely stand up, and I'm going to dance on every song. It wasn't that kind of Paula Abdul we saw last night.
Right.
Big difference. I hope you're noticing, ladies and gentlemen, or am I the only one? Must be me. I must be crazy.
Did Seacrest say anything like, well, we're going to take your votes now, real, legitimate votes, so call now?
I mean, if people... Brian Dunkelman came out and said that. If people can't see the difference in just the past couple of weeks between Paula Abdul from 2 weeks ago, she's dancing to every song, she can't sit still, she's rubbing her hands together, she's on crack, she is poking and challenging Simon like she didn't have a care in the world about what he thought, and the difference between last night was she sat there like a little church mouse. Oh, you made it your own. It was back to season number 1 for her.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, you owned it. Oh, you shine. That's the Paul Abdul we used to know back again last night. Not this Paul Abdul we saw for the most part in this season that is.
So it's still the you owned it thing?
She's back to... No,
I know. The last few weeks hasn't been like that.
The last few weeks hasn't been like that. Pretty much this entire season hasn't been the typical her just sitting there like the church mouse. Oh, you owned it. Oh, you shine. Oh, I didn't hear. I used to love the old version, but you really took it. I didn't think I could enjoy a new version, but you certainly showed me that I can. All that crap, boring stuff that you get from Paul Abdul.
That people tune in for every day. Shocking to me. God.
The difference is staggering. Much more entertaining and interesting to watch her on crack or whatever she's on.
I know, isn't it? It's like, come on.
But she was sober and on her best behavior last night, knowing that Fallen Idol was going to air tonight, and we're going to find out some secrets about Paula Abdullah the Butcher. Now,
not sure why Terry's laughing.
Yes, Terry doesn't know why she's like. She just thinks the name sounds funny.
Right, okay.
I didn't either, by the way.
I do think the name sounds funny.
Do you know who Abdullah the Butcher is?
No, I don't.
So
I was just laughing at the name.
The only one who really got the joke was Hot Shot.
Yeah.
And he owns a restaurant in Atlanta right now called Paul Abdullah's. It's what's his name again? Abdullah the Butcher's Chinese Food and Ribs. It's in Atlanta.
Yeah, laughed again.
He's still around.
So you don't know who Abdullah the Butcher is either, Stephen, do you?
Abdul the Butcher. I do not.
Abdullah the Butcher.
Let's assume it's a wrestler.
I'm assuming that, yeah.
Okay.
You're
Assumption is correct.
You're absolutely right, Terry. Yes.
Oh, Jimmy Frebus would be going crazy.
I know. I'll be crying in a soup over the Sixers. Anyhow, so there's a lot of TV to watch tonight.
Yes, there is.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm very excited.
Good.
Do you see the excitement?
I do.
Okay.
Jeez, calm down, T-Man.
What else? What else?
According to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, Jessica...
Fine paper, Terry.
Okay.
Right. I used to wrap my fish with it when I lived there for...
You bought fish?
For 6 weeks or 6 months down in Las Vegas when I was doing my first radio show down there.
Wow.
Yes.
Anyway, according to
the fish market.
You get a hell of a deal on fish in the desert.
It was a...
That's priceless there, seeing them throw it at you.
I was a big fisherman in Vegas. Anyhow.
Lake Mead.
That's right. They wrote
Big one here.
They wrote a great review on my show back when I was doing a morning
good.
radio show in Las Vegas, Terry.
Good. Well, now they are the ones who are saying that Jessica Simpson is seeing Fred Durst.
They're saying Jessica Simpson is seeing Fred Durst.
Yes, apparently.
Married Jessica Simpson.
Yes, married to Nick.
Married mother of 6. Jessica Simpson is, all the rumors being confirmed pretty much is true. If she's all over Fred Durst, she is not satisfied with her husband. What's his name again? Nick Lachey?
Yes.
Or at least that was his name before the show Newlyweds was on, so it might as well be his name after the show is over. Nick Lachey and her are pretty much done, and she's moved on, at least for the meantime, into the arms of Fred Durst.
Right. They were seen at the Body English VIP booth during the Hard Rock Hotel's recent 10th anniversary.
That was this past weekend.
Yeah, just like all over each other.
All over each other. I don't think Jessica Simpson's the type to be all over a Limp Bizkit like that, all right?
Why? Because she looks so innocent and sweet?
Terry, does any woman really want a Limp Bizkit?
Well, maybe she feels that she can not make it limp anymore.
Did it all for the nookie.
Is that your secret, Terry?
Yeah.
Okay.
The T-Man.
Yeah.
And here's an update on Britney's baby. The new issue of Us Weekly reports she's carrying a little Kevin, a boy.
A boy, Terry.
Wow.
That's the word on Britney's baby, in case you were interested. In case you had the office pool the other way, now you know not to show up to work today.
I lost again.
Britney's having a boy.
Terry had the Celtics.
And the news is fresh. It's apparently just come off the wires in the past couple of days. And
good.
I understand that Kevin Federline is celebrating by scratching his balls today and watching TV.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good to know.
And calling Britney bitch a couple of times.
Oh, perfect.
While blowing cigarette smoke in her face whenever he gets the chance.
And
That's a great
the baby's-
celebration.
It's a great celebration, don't you know, Terry?
Yeah.
He's being true to who he is.
Oh, certainly.
You wanted it more than I did.
Well, he finally got it done because his other two from Shar are
geez.
girls.
Yes, they would be girls. That's
Ah.
correct.
Finally got it done.
Finally got it done.
Now he's a man. Jesus.
Well, let's see here as far as early morning text pages, text messages into the program. Here's one that says, T-Man, did you sleep good? It's nice of you to ask. I'm going to keep that to myself. It's very private. Let's see here.
They didn't
Ooh,
phrase it the right way.
somebody writes, and I'm assuming it's a man, Terry. He writes, I'm itching for buttock love with Terry Free. I'm assuming that would be a male listener who
That is funny.
text. Oh, you're
Buttock
cracking
love.
up over that one, huh? Yes, buttock love. Well, he writes buttock. The word so I feel I have to put it in that. Yeah, it could be. What did he write? I'm itching for buttock love. Would you rather?
Right.
Which-
No, I like the buttock.
Yeah, man, it sounds a little
Sounds
bit
better.
more proper, a little.
Sure.
Well, butter glove just isn't nice.
Yeah, that's just too glossed over. You
Right.
gotta highlight it somehow. I could have said I'm itching for buttock love with Terry Free.
Right.
But I don't think that's how he says it.
No.
When you gotta figure out how the person intends to have it said when they're text messaging at the text messaging number of 97373.
So the buttock is correct.
I'm itching for buttock love with Terry Free.
Oh, well, keep itching.
Mm-hmm. Get yourself some Preparation Nation. Call me in the morning.
Have a great day.
Or call me at 2 in the morning.
Whoa.
And I'll be right over to spread it on your buttocks.
Still itching, baby.
Okay, after all these years, yes. Still itching. Wow, that's very exciting for you, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't
Somebody
it-
asks you, how'd you sleep? And I get buttock love.
Isn't it great to have text messaging available, Terry? So now when you have a free moment, you can identify where this and when this page came in, find the corresponding phone number, and call this person and find out just how he intends to have this buttock love with you.
me?
And if it entices you, you can head right on over by 10:15.
Wow. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be 15 minutes late.
It's modern technology, Terry, at its finest.
Yes, it is.
In the past, how quick are you to set up your buttock love situations?
Usually it takes a
it
while.
takes years. Now you could be there by 10:15.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, oh boy.
Yes. Do you want to call this person back, or should we just leave them be?
Why don't we leave them alone?
Okay.
Okay.
Do you just want to hear their voice, or no?
No.
You don't even want to hear their
Not
voice?
even.
Why don't you ask me?
Because you're itching for buttock love?
Yes, I am.
I didn't want to ask you.
No, I
Because
think.
it's I always find it curious, Terry, to just hear what the person sounds like just with their hello, and then we just hang up like we're in ninth grade, Terry. You don't want to do that?
Don't want to do that
I
this
hope
morning.
Scott's phone doesn't ring.
I know.
Did I ever tell you that story about me being in ninth grade and calling this girl and hanging up all the time? And then I never told you. Did I ever tell you that
Yeah,
story?
police
I told you
came
that
to your
story on
house.
the air. Yeah, police came to my house.
No.
Did I ever tell you that story on the air? Stephen, do you recall me telling that story?
I recall something similar, yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, just to give you, for people who may not know, just since I brought it up, in ninth grade I was infatuated with this one girl, Trisha Boucher, and
Oh, yeah, Trisha Boucher.
That's right.
Love
She was
Trisha.
hot. She was really hot, and she put out, from what I heard. Big
Wow,
fan.
but not
Yeah.
you.
I wouldn't waste calls on a girl that didn't put out. So I was lusting after her like the nerd of all nerds, and I kept calling her house and hanging up, and eventually they got so concerned. It was before the day of caller ID that they put a trace on their phone. And then one afternoon, a police car showed up in my driveway, and it was policeman was talking to my mom, and they called me to join them in the conversation, and they had a list of calls that I had made. And all
10 pages long.
and all the hang-ups. Because I would just call, hear her say hello, and hang up.
Oh, my gosh.
Like a loser.
Call her now and do it again. Relive the old days.
Right! Well,
Remember back.
I'm a step ahead of you, Stephen. I've been doing it for about 6 weeks now. And they told me I better stop.
Did she ever, speak to you and say, what were you thinking?
Well,
Why didn't you leave me alone?
My mom felt embarrassed, so she called her mom.
Really?
That's what you need.
Because I don't think you ever gave a follow-up to
And her mom said, well, we were relieved to find out that it was Ribby Robbie because we were concerned it was one of Trisha Boucher's grody ex-boyfriends because one of them threatened to burn down our house.
Oh, my gosh, really?
Because I was thinking, why of all the people, a lot of little loser dudes call girls and hang up when they say hello. Why do I have to be the one who gets some policeman showing up at my door?
The 911 call.
All right, why do I have to be the one who has a trace or some kind of trap put on their phone so they can find out who's calling and exactly, what time? Why is it me? And then we found out that it was because Trisha Boucher was concerned about a different guy burning down their house, and he might have been casing the house or whatever, some kind of bullcrap like that. So it was a very, very exciting time for me in my high school days.
Right.
Yes.
So like she said, she was relieved. So
Especially when she told the entire school
she did?
that it was me who was calling and hanging up, and I had to deal with all the ridicule and deal with all the fights that ensued because people were making fun of me, Terry.
Wow.
You got so pissed, you threatened to burn her house down.
So really, there was probably no guy threatening her now. Because it was just you all.
No, there was a guy threatening her.
No, I know.
Yes. I'm sorry?
I'm actually sorry.
Okay. So I'm asking you, Terry, to try to recapture that moment that was. If you want to just call this person who is itching for buttock love with you, if you just want to call, maybe hear him say hello, and then we'll hang out like we're in high school. It'd be kind of fun. You want to do that?
Not really.
I want to do it. Come on.
So was she at the reunion? The 10-year reunion?
No, she was not. I didn't even think about that.
Really?
Dying to see what she looks like.
I'm sure she looks great.
You guys can rekindle the old phone call hang up
Because
thing.
everyone at the high school reunion looks great.
Right.
Wow.
Okay, let's hear the sound of the voice. Watch how fun this is, Terry. Yeah.
I'm having a great time.
I'll show you how quick you hang up when they say hello.
Hello.
Goodbye. That's it. That's it.
Did you see it? Did you hear how creepy he sounded?
I was having too much fun hanging up. Terry. What do you sound like?
Oh, we totally missed what he sounded like.
Hello. wanted to hang up. That's all.
No, you get everything you need to get out of hello. Believe me, when in high school, I had rubbed one out by then.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I didn't need to say anymore.
Okay.
When Trisha Bowser answered the phone and said, hello,
Is that how she said
I was like,
every single time?
I don't know about every single time, Terry, but I usually would make it. I would usually make it under the wire. Yes, I'm
Her dad answers.
I know. Oops.
A lot of times it was her mom that answered. Her dad was nowhere to be found. It was perfect. That's why she was as perhaps one may surmise, as slutty as she was.
Oh,
she was
pappy
horrendous.
issues?
No father figure anywhere to be found.
Ooh.
Your daddy.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, trying to be nice. Anyhow,
Your tiny hand in mine.
I am shocked, Terry, that the man who writes the text page saying he's itching for buttock love with you would sound creepy. I am just completely blown away with amazement that person could actually sound creepy, Terry.
Oh, boy. That was fun.
Let's try him again.
No, no.
The police will be at our door
I know.
by 10 a.m. Want to try him again?
You definitely didn't learn your lesson, huh?
You guys.
He did sound pretty creepy. Yeah. Hello,
Maybe that was all he needed.
buttock love.
Oh,
Sounded like, the way he said hello, Terry, it sounded like he was having buttock love, perhaps right. All right, well, anyway.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And find somebody else to harass.
What, do you want to harass the person who asked me if I slept good?
Sure. Ask them.
How could you say that?
Yes. Creep.
The T-Man.
Despicable. How could you?
In Wisconsin, a guy started a company called Superfast Pizza, which cooks pizzas in the van while being delivered.
How could you?
You order, and it takes 15 minutes to get to your house.
Is that what you really want, Terry? Is that progress? Is that the next step in the pizza delivery? A little franchise situation of the world?
Sure.
To have people cook the pizza in the van while they're driving to your house?
Well, you know, you wanted it piping hot.
Terry, vans are gross.
I understand that.
All right.
But some people want...
Find me a van that's just not utterly gross.
It's hard to do.
You want the pizza being cooked right there in the van as they're taking a hard left turn to your house. Is that what you want? This is progress in the pizza making and delivery world.
Well, for this guy it is.
You whip me up a salad, too, while you're back there.
Oh, I know.
That sounds good.
Out of Canadian bacon. Well, there's more in the glove box.
That sounds very appetizing, yes. In the glove box next to the condoms. That's what you want,
Right.
Terry. The used condoms.
Oh, boy.
Terrific. I'm ordering immediately. Where is this? Oh, in Wisconsin. Okay, I think it's progress then.
In Wisconsin, a guy started a company called Superfast Pizza, which cooks pizzas in the van while being delivered.
Yes.
You order, and it takes 15 minutes to get to your house.
Mm-hmm. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it is.
They're sitting in your driveway. It's almost done.
We're here.
We're here, though, so it'll be any second now. We're just waiting for the ding. Ding. Okay, it's ready.
Do that like the ice cream man around the neighborhood.
Jeez.
No. All right, well, it's not here yet, so we don't have to worry.
Right.
What else is going on, Terry? What else is happening?
Eva Longoria apparently recently did a interview in Rolling Stone magazine where she says that, quote, I'm becoming more orgasmic with age.
Wow!
She is now 30, by the way.
Aren't we all?
And she claims it is
Sure.
awesome.
Well, she must have found out about the van-made pizza. That's made her very excited, Terry. I'm quite orgasmic myself hearing about this new step up in the pizza-making world.
Well, she says she can't wait till she's 40 and that if it keeps increasing this way, watch out, world.
So she thinks just because she's more orgasmic today at 30 than ever before in her life, that at 40 it only stands to reason in her mind that she'll only progress further. Mm-hmm. And is she in for a depressing time?
Well, she claims
A
that
lot of women are sitting there in a rocking chair just staring into space who had the same kind of thought as Eva Longoria. Oh, my 40s will be even better.
Right.
Only to be rudely awakened
Well,
to their 40th birthday, Terry.
That's when sex stops. I try to tell you, pal.
Oh, geez.
I know,
Well,
he's-
I don't know if it stops. It's just terrible. But that's fine.
she claims that she had her first real orgasm when she was 26, which is what, 4 years ago. And so, before that, she was like, "Oh, I think I did."
So she's only a few years younger than me, this Eva Longoria. Mm-hmm. Huh. Mm-hmm. I thought she was like, well, actually, I guess people think she's older than 30. She looks, actually, people assume that she was a Desperate Housewife. They thought she was like 34, like my age.
Yeah, she's young on that show.
Yeah, she is.
Mm-hmm. She's the youngest person on that cast?
I believe
Well,
so.
not. I mean, the Little Gardener's the youngest one, but out of the women,
obviously.
yeah.
The women.
Thanks for pointing out that the little gardener, as you call him.
Little gardener.
You wish he was such a little gardener.
Oh, that topless little gardener there.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, I've started gardening topless, too.
Oh, wow.
Well, let me tell you, Carnation is in such
Watch out.
hyped up mode over that news.
Yes, when Ray Allen drives by, he loves it.
Wow.
Does Ray Allen live in Carnation
He
with
does.
Really?
Well, not with me, but he lives out there, yes.
Why would you live so far out?
you? Why would he live out
I
in
don't
the
understand that either.
Eastern
but-
Washington.
I don't know. I think maybe he has like a spot set up or something, but I don't think he lives out there like regularly, does he?
That's
Doesn't
what I've heard.
seem like the country type of guy.
Never confirmed it. You just heard that.
Well, somebody from the office.
No, I think it was that Ray Allen likes to have Carnation instant breakfast every once in a while.
There you go.
And that's how it got twisted in your mind. Now,
kick it at Pete's Pub or the Cedar Log. Every
Yeah,
once in a while.
you see Ray Allen walking into Pete's Pub.
yeah, with his cedar log hanging out. Anyhow, I don't think anyone lives out in Carnation but you
All right.
and a couple of yokels.
Definitely that.
All right. Why do you want to drive that far? Even considering all the gas costs these days, Stephen, was it a happy experience, this move over to instant breakfast out there, or what?
Oh, I love it out there. Yeah, I think it's great.
True to his roots of being born and raised in Anacortes, he had to find the place closest to home
Right.
without having to travel over an hour and a half.
Nicest place with the least amount to do.
I don't know.
This'll do.
I've been out there once for the Kilbreath housewarming party shindig kind of thing. And it was dark, so I don't know.
It was very dark.
Maybe I don't know much about it. All I know is that we almost went flying off a cliff driving to his
Well, you're
house.
driving
Going
too
around
fast.
the
I mean,
corners
when you're going
and
around
stuff?
that, when you're going around that kind of winding road,
Right.
that kind of winding, steep, be careful, you'll slide off
Yeah.
to your death kind of road,
Right.
you expect to be driving to a mansion. Now, Stephen's house is not small. He's doing very well for himself. It's a nice house. But you expect, like in those horror movies, when you're driving around that twisty road, to have this big, like, psycho mansion at the top of it.
Right.
Transylvania.
With the gates that open up.
Well,
and-
something like that, and the bats flying around or
Right.
something. All right, whatever. Well done, anyway, I guess.
If you drove the speed limit, you would not have had that problem driving up that road.
Whatever. Speed limit's, what, 14?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was.
Watch those.
What
curves.
else? What else, Terry? What else besides the whatever you just talked about?
Eva?
Yes.
Being more orgasmic
More
than ever?
orgasmic. Yes, I'm very excited to hear that.
No, that's a
very
good thing
happy
for her.
Eva Longoria.
Hey.
Terrific.
I got some news about Jennifer Aniston. Apparently, she is totally falling apart.
Less orgasmic than ever?
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Chain smoking, biting her fingernails and everything. I guess not only the breakup of her and Brad was pretty devastating, but the recent pictures of Angelina Jolie and Brad on their little African safari trip.
See, we got a lot of callers calling in right now saying Ray Allen lives in their hometown, and it's not Carnation.
Oh, really?
It's about 6 different callers in 6 different towns. But none of them are Carnation. So
Well,
it seems
I've not seen the guy.
Seems like since he's become King Ray of Seattle, everyone wants to claim him to their town. So it's
He
just,
loves it where I live.
So you are just one of many people that want to claim him as your own. Mm-hmm. What a wannabe. Anyhow, what's that now about Jennifer Aniston? Sex sucks at 30.
Yeah, well, for her right now, she's chain smoking and biting her fingernails. She's all distraught over the photos of Angelina and Brad.
Oh, jeez.
So she's
Got a fresh new cut there, Vinny? Winnie the Pooh with a fresh new do.
yeah.
Of course.
Yes. As a matter of fact, it looks like he has one just about every week. How often do you go to the barber shop there?
Every 2 days.
Every 2 days?
Wow.
Because for Vinny the Pooh, a haircut is a way of life. Is that fair to say or what?
It's very fair to say yes.
Every
Wow.
2 days you find yourself in the barber.
Yeah.
Getting cut every day?
Paying $20 a shot or what?
Oh, no. I get my hair cut like once every 2 weeks, but I go get lined up every 2
Go lie down, lie down.
Keep it clean.
And how much time do you spend in the barber shop? Is it just a quick in and out? Or you're bull crapping away with the barber, or what?
We get to bull crapping.
So he spends
That's why
hours.
I don't go. I hate that.
Because he's a pretty big fan of the show, from what you tell us, right?
Yeah, like.
And what were you talking about yesterday in the barber shop there? Because you look all clean, fresh, and lined
Yes, he
up.
does.
Every 2 days, and you can tell that he gets a haircut.
Well, Stephen, maybe you should try it.
Yep.
You could afford to be lined up yourself, all right?
Every 2 days.
Now, what's that one you're talking about yesterday?
Right under the eyes,
Yeah.
please.
We were talking about the sexual terms that we were discussing yesterday, such as the
geez.
angry pirate and
That was
such.
off the air, Vinny. We shouldn't talk about that.
Wait,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Somebody text messaged the term angry pirate, and I was a little confused.
Right.
And this barber is probably the man who invented the idea. I don't know.
So yeah, we were just kind of just sitting around for like an hour and a half, just throwing out as many as we knew
Really?
collectively. Yeah.
Wow. And you had an hour and a half to fill with all the sexual expressions that you and him knew together.
We were just.
Why do I have a feeling that conversation was done in 28 seconds?
No, it was pretty funny because we laugh about it, and then yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, it was.
Customers would complain that I've been waiting for an hour and a half.
Can I get cut already?
Yes. Terry, the young man's all lined up. What do you think?
He is.
You find him quite handsome? I know you're turned on by the younger man.
He is a very handsome
geez.
guy. Yes. And it's nice to know that he keeps himself all lined up and clean cut.
Would you be shocked to find out that he wrote a page earlier this morning that says, "I'm itching for buttock love"? With Terry Free.
Yes, I would. I'd
Sorry
be
about
shocked.
You'd be shocked.
I would.
Did you hear about that page before you came in this morning?
I
There, Vin?
actually did hear it.
You did hear it on the way in.
That's funny. It is.
Somebody
That's funny.
out there, we don't know who it is, but somebody out there wrote a page.
Well, we talked to him for 2 seconds.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Somebody
It's like calling back.
Somebody text the message. I'm itching for buttock love with Terry Free. Wait till you get lined up tomorrow and talk about that one with the old barber there. Huh?
Yeah.
How old is the barber?
Like 31.
All right, so not the oldest barber in the world.
This is the guy you go out with, right?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, not out.
Oh yeah, this is the one that you went clubbing with the other night.
He shows me some cool
So
stuff.
not only do you get lined up with this dude every 2 days, but then when you're not in the shop, you go out with this dude. You go drinking.
Yeah.
Clubbing.
So this is like one of your best friends.
I mean, we're cool. We're cool.
He feels obligated because he gets a free cut.
Oh.
He gives you free cuts.
Not free cuts.
Free
I mean,
trims.
yeah. I mean, I get
He
lined up.
cleans you up for free.
Free travel.
Yeah,
Well,
sometimes.
if you never need a haircut, you get cleaned up. That's all you do.
Terry's
Right?
remembering back to the days
Well,
of
not
free trim.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
You
Terry.
need to start charging for it.
What's that now, Vinny? Have you gotten closer with this guy, like, over the past few months? That's the sense I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yes.
3-4 months.
Since you become more of a regular on the program and he started giving you free cuts, you started going out drinking with the guy, and you've become closer with your barber over the past couple of months. That's pretty much the way it's shaken down, right?
Very fair to say.
Mm-hmm.
2 straws and 1 desperate housewife.
Oh, jeez. Have you ever drank from the same drink with 2 straws? Never. Then you would be really close with your barber.
Never.
Okay. Should Terry Free take Darian in to see your barber to maybe try to find a way to maybe he can convince Terry to let Darian choose his own haircut?
He might do him some justice.
Wow!
Darian's barber does him
And
fine.
heaven knows the young man needs some justice, Terry.
Hey, Darian's barber is just fine. Thank you.
Where does it go?
He's fine.
Oh, jeez. Terry, what
Those
else?
have been written.
What else is going on, please? What else is on your pile?
Apparently, Jesus vividly appeared in a woman's ultrasound recently.
Is that right?
Yes.
I was wondering where he would show up next.
Well,
In a woman's ultrasound.
yes. In Toledo, Ohio is where it happened.
So it wasn't the Virgin Mother this time.
No, it
which
was
seems to pop
Jesus.
up all over the place on road signs
I
and
know.
in cookie dough.
And sandwiches.
Yes.
Grilled cheese sandwiches.
This was Jesus himself
This was Jesus.
showing up in an ultrasound.
Yes.
You know, we had ultrasounds taken not too long ago, Terry. I never thought to look for Jesus.
Well, maybe you should have. Go back through them.
I thought it was just a mere twisted ovary, and here now I got to go back to the film and see if it was Jesus, Terry.
Yep. Well, this young lady claims she's already given birth to her lovely little daughter, but she believes that her baby is blessed because of the ultrasound, where she says you can vividly see Jesus.
She thinks this daughter that has now been born is a blessed young lady because Jesus showed up in the ultrasound while she was carrying the daughter that now is amongst us in the world. Let me tell you something. That's a lot to live up to for this girl. She's always going to be told how Jesus was in the ultrasound, and it's going to be a tough situation for her to now have any kind of normalcy in her life, knowing that this is part of her history, Terry.
Yep.
She can't, be like a lot of girls want to be these days. You know what I'm talking about? What's it, a slut?
Wow.
Hard to be a slut. Well, slut, fun life to be a slut these days, Terry, don't you know? And how could she go out and be slutty knowing that her ultrasound supposedly showed images of Jesus? She can't do it.
You're sure a different path, though.
And guess, of course, where this little lovely ultrasound is.
Where is it, Terry?
It's on eBay.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's being sold for the low price of what right now?
Well, the mom is expecting to get about 50 grand.
50 grand, right. Of course. Does it say when the auction begins and ends? Or what?
No.
Opening bid is 10 cents.
I'll take that.
We can get...
Terry, this just in. It's not an image of Jesus that they discovered on the ultrasound, but it was a picture of Mel Gibson. So there you go.
Wow, perfect.
Close.
Which will go for more money on eBay.
Sure.
I'm sure.
That'd be something.
People are going to actually bid on this ultrasound video.
Well, remember the grilled cheese sandwich?
Went for a lot of money.
Yeah, it did.
The one that looked like Constance the Bitchler, Terry? Steven, are you looking right now on eBay for the ultrasound of Jesus?
I'm trying to find it here, yeah.
Okay. Steven sounds like he's having trouble, Terry.
Well?
Hope you're not finding a bogus story
No.
that some listener sent in to you.
It's from ABC 13 in Toledo.
ABC 13 in Toledo, Ohio.
Yes.
Channel 13.
Yeah.
Oh, the Mighty 13.
The Mighty 13.
Yes.
I wonder what was on the first 12 channels there in Toledo. It was much more important than ABC.
Right.
Well, the hospital administrators even say that the picture is really clear. Pretty clear, and they claim, it wasn't doctored or anything.
You see it, Steven? You got it?
I went to the news website. There it is.
You did. And are there bids actively being...
Oh, I don't have the eBay thing yet.
He went to ABC 13.
Oh, you just found the story?
Yeah.
All right, but the ability to bid on the Jesus ultrasound you don't have for us yet.
I don't. I'll go back to that and check it out.
Because it would go perfectly in my collection.
You're bidding these days on Jesus?
Oh, Terry, I got so many things you wouldn't know.
You got the bracelet that says, "What would my ultrasound do?"
Yes.
Those are hot.
Think about the conversations you can have with your barber later now. Huh?
My haircut looks like Jesus.
Yeah!
The T-Man.
Dr. Phil's primetime interview with Pat O'Brien will be a very honest, intense interview. Phil sat down with Larry King and revealed just how his TV special will get real.
Okay.
When you watch this interview, you're going to see that he got the hardest line questions from me that he would have gotten from anybody in the country.
Oh, sure, of course. How can we thought anything different when you're dealing with Dr. Phil, Terry?
Yeah.
It's hardcore. Toughest questions Pat O'Brien's ever had to answer.
Yeah.
Oh, Pat, can I be part of your next party?
I'll supply the Coke.
Kiss Becky.
When you watch this interview, you're going to see that he got the hardest line questions from me that he would have gotten from anybody in the country.
Well, Pat, do you think Levitra's right for me?
Yeah, Phil, I do. You get some hookers.
Is he going to become the new Barbara Walters? Dr. Phil?
I don't know. It seems like he's on his way, Steven. Yes. All he needs now is the lisp, and he's just a spitting image.
When you watch this interview, you're going to see that he got the hardest line questions from me that he would have gotten from anybody in the country.
Yeah!
Why would someone come out of rehab and go right to an interview?
Well, because I think he wants to get back to his life. And his life...
Who wouldn't?
So do I.
His life of hookers and drugs.
Yeah, I want to get back to that life.
And
too.
hot interns, Terry.
I know. Huh?
I'd want to get back to that life as quick as possible, too.
Absolutely.
Because before he went into rehab, Terry, this was Pat O'Brien.
You're so hot. I want to suck your
Oh, boy.
fuck dirty to you. Off your face. Get another woman up.
Now, when you say you wanted to bleep in her face, I'm having trouble with that one, Pat. What exactly did you want to do in her face? I'm asking you the hardline questions now, aren't I? Man, Who wouldn't want to get back to that life, Terry, of talking to your interns at work like that?
I know, huh?
Does everyone out there have interns at work? I'm assuming they do, like us, right?
Probably.
Who wouldn't want to talk to them like that? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, you can relate. You all have interns. Don't you want to talk to them like that? Oh, so everyone doesn't have an intern, Terry? Oh, that's a shame.
I want to suck your.
You want to suck a starburst? Is that what you were saying there, Pat? Because I haven't heard the unedited version. Will you clarify that for me?
Talk dirty to you. Off your face. Get another woman up. Hire a hooker. Let's get crazy. Get some coke. So you get this message. If you agree with this.
Honk twice. Who wouldn't want to get back to that life as soon as possible, Terry?
I know, huh?
This rehab is boring. Where's hookers?
Compared to bleeping off in someone's face, Terry, and getting some hookers and some coke, getting Betsy to make out with
whoever.
Yes. I hope Dr. Phil asked the question that I've always wanted cleared up, if in fact Betsy did get to make out with the hooker.
In my mind, she did.
Every night like me?
Yeah.
Yes, in my mind, too.
And his life is being on the air. And I don't really think he can go on the air until he answers questions about his conduct, his values, and his beliefs.
You look lovely. How you feeling?
Tell me what happened that weekend. I am so impressed that he had the willingness and ability to step up and own this and be accountable for it.
Sure.
And part of that accountability...
Got to step up and own your drugs and hookers, Terry.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you're not able to do that, you're not being accountable for your actions.
Yeah, but Pat O'Brien sure was.
He did. He stepped up. He owned it. He owned... It's got to be cool to own your hooker.
Yeah, I guess so.
That would make you a pimp. Yes.
And own this and be accountable for it.
And part of that accountability that impressed Dr. Phil was Pat's 6 weeks in rehab and what he's done since getting out.
Yeah. He's got sobriety partners. He's going to a meeting a day in the 12-step program, which I'm a huge fan of, by the way.
Okay, now listen carefully. Dr. Phil is part of the smoke and mirrors of this situation.
Okay.
I told you the way the situation was the minute I heard these voicemail messages, Terry, and I've heard them quite often since then, and I haven't changed my opinion.
Hearing a CD in your car, too, I think.
Pat O'Brien is just a dirty birdie, Terry.
Dirty birdie.
Who was making suggestive phone calls to an intern because he thought he was all high and mightier than he really was and thought he could get away with it and thought he was on top of the world and could pull off anything.
Right.
He finally ran into an intern who wasn't having it and made the voicemail messages that he left on her voicemail public. And when he was so embarrassed by having it made public, the things he left on her voicemail, he went with the easy way out. Well, I'm having alcohol problems. I'm drunk. I must check into rehab. Bull crap! He's doing whatever he has to do to save his marriage, his career, and it's working, and we're all sitting around and buying it, and so is this very bright Dr. Phil.
Yeah. I'm so impressed.
You hear the messages? Does he sound drunk to you?
Of course not. He's very...
Are we that stupid? I'm not saying he doesn't drink. I'm not saying he doesn't do drugs.
Right.
But this is not what's behind his behavior, Terry.
No,
what's
I know.
behind his behavior is his power and his almighty, I can conquer the world attitude that got him in trouble. And now he's blaming, I got a problem. I have to go into rehab.
I'm sick. I have a sickness.
So you get this message. If you agree with this, just look at me and say yes. God, you're so hot. I don't know what's wrong with me. Don't do this.
Yeah, you don't do this.
But I want to just make you crazy.
It's making us all crazy now. Because behavior, Terry, that should be seen as very entertaining, but very seedy and despicable, Terry, even though I would do the same thing, but, is now being exploited for ratings.
Right.
It's now being exploited for primetime specials. And this intern who was harassed by a man who was above her and had power over her and was sexually harassing her is now being made into some big, sad, sorry story. Oh, he couldn't help himself. He was so drunk. Bullcrap!
Right.
And we're all sitting around buying it? Let's call it how it is. Dr. Phil's part of the problem. He's not a solution. He's using this now for his own personal gain.
Oh, yeah. He's even doing interviews about the interview he's going to do.
I know.
Jeez.
Yeah, Larry.
Make you crazy. Convince Betsy that you're into her.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to make out.
Do you really want a primetime special? Let Betsy host.
Well, in all of this, talking about, Pat O'Brien and all of his BS, where's the wife? Nobody ever mentions the wife and how she was affected by this.
I mean, the wife really wants to be recognized at this point in time, Terry.
I mean, we talk about the mistress and the hooker and,
Yes.
and
So you're saying Pat O'Brien's wife is not getting her time, Terry?
Well, I think that
she really kind of prefers it that way.
Well, I understand that, but still, I mean, Dr. Phil, of all people, Mr. Marriage Man,
Yep.
Well,
maybe he'll get into that tonight, Terry. Maybe he'll get into why isn't he being a family kind of guy to his wife and his kids, by the way.
Right. I mean, he doesn't even mention that.
Kind of lost in the shuffle in this whole situation.
Right. Oh, I'm so proud of him for
Dr.
being
Phil
responsible. Whatever.
Dr. Phil is only going to discuss the areas, the topics, he's only going to pinpoint the points of this story, Terry, that will give him the biggest primetime special ratings. That's all it comes down to. He's going to talk about his alcohol problem, which to me is
non-existent.
Well, I'm not saying it's non-existent. I'm not saying that maybe Pat O'Brien doesn't have a situation with alcohol or drugs, but he's had that for years.
Right.
All of a sudden, this behavior didn't come about because of his drug and alcohol problem. This is who he is.
Mm-hmm.
This is his personality.
Absolutely. Right.
And it's all being now diffused by smoke and mirrors to try to do whatever we can to get everyone to watch, and I'm going to be there in front of the TV faster than anyone else.
Right.
They better be playing these tapes on the show.
Is that what you want, Stephen?
Well, to make it a realistic kind of an interview.
You mean these tapes, Stephen?
Yes.
So you get this message. If you agree with me. Hello, I'm on my phone. This big message, by the way.
It sounds really drunk.
If we get any of these fuckers to let's just have sex and fun, drugs, eat, go crazy. Bye.
Imagine how embarrassing it was when your dad would say something stupid around your friends. Imagine if this is your dad saying this stuff. Man, these kids probably hate him.
Oh, I know.
He's involved in an outpatient therapy program. He's getting individual counseling.
Right.
He's doing everything he needs to, A, be held accountable, and B, grow past the need for these substances.
And while it is a long road to full recovery...
What Dr. Phil is doing is he's enabling behavior like this because anyone who now conducts themselves in this kind of fashion and uses their power to kind of coerce someone in the office with sexual harassing messages like this can all just very easily say, oh, I was drunk. That's it. Got to check myself into rehab. I'll be out in 6 weeks. See you later.
Yeah. Let me just take a little hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have my locker back when I come back?
It's all perfully explainable. It wasn't me talking. It was the alcohol.
Wow.
Leave me alone.
Right.
I'll go on Dr. Phil. I'll say a couple of words, and I'll be back to my 7-figure-a-year job.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And my wife, she'll understand. Everyone will understand, because when you say it's alcohol, everyone understands.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And while it is a long road to full recovery, Dr. Phil believes Pat is on the right track.
Right, of course he does. Of course he does, because Pat agreed to do the interview. So now Pat O'Brien is Dr. Phil's best friend.
Right.
Will Pat come back?
Well, I believe absolutely yes, and I'll tell you why. Pat has a 30-year history of being an excellent journalist.
Right. No one knew who he was before this situation happened.
Excellent journalist.
Excellent journalist. Yes. Dr. Phil now has to suck up to Pat O'Brien, one of the sleaziest men in America, because Pat O'Brien agreed to do the interview with him over whoever else asked him to do the interview with them.
Right.
So now Dr. Phil's loving Pat O'Brien. There's going to be a big ratings bonanza tonight, Jerry.
Will, sure.
Journalist, excellent reporter and broadcaster.
Right.
And I think he's earned a second look.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is
so sick.
Worked so hard for so long and done such a good job. And I think America is a forgiving country.
Well, if we forgive Marv Albert for dancing around in lingerie and singing show tunes.
Well, that was just one person's account of what happened, Terry.
Wait, I mean, he did
Marv Albert denied that, and Pat O'Brien would have denied this situation if there weren't these audio tapes to prove exactly the way he behaved towards this intern, Terry.
Right.
And even with the tapes that exist, all he has to do, check into rehab for 6 weeks. I guarantee you, he wasn't very participant. He wasn't the biggest participator in that rehab center.
Yeah.
He did what he had to do to make it so he wasn't standing out to be some person that the orderlies or whoever's in the rehab joints would talk bad about him. He did enough.
Give the answers that they wanted.
To give the impression that he was trying.
Right.
Blah, blah, I hate alcohol.
Yeah, my name's Pat O'Brien.
Never do it again.
Right.
Where's the Jell-O?
Jell-O.
But that's that.
I know.
This is so easy, so convenient. Gets off the hook that easy.
Yeah.
Man. Just jealous I didn't think of this.
He's a sick, twisted man.
Tells interns, come over for hookers and coke. And Betsy.
Yeah, Betsy.
I mean, that's hard work, though. I mean, Dr. Phil's right. He is a hard worker. To get your mistress, a hooker,
Get it all
and
straightened
an
out.
intern all to hook up without your wife doing it. It's a lot of work.
Requires quite the organizational skills. Yes. Well, the world will be watching, don't you know? Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the world watching, why don't we take your relationship issues, your deep-seated, rooted problems, yes, at 1-866-663-T-Man, because as I look at the calendar, Terry,
yes?
I notice it's a Relationship Wednesday.
Relationship.
Dr. Phil is helping Pat O'Brien with his life and his troubles.
Yes.
And the demons that are controlling his actions. Because it wasn't Pat O'Brien, Terry, it was the demons.
Oh, that's right.
Of alcohol controlling his actions. He didn't know what he was doing.
And he doesn't know why he was like that.
I am here to provide a free service to the listeners out there to help them with their demons, with their problems, with their situations, Terry, that may be plaguing their lives. At the toll-free number of 1-866-663-T-Man. Are you having a problem with your relationship? Would you like to call an intern and tell her that you'd like to beep off in her face?
Are we still having our Pat O'Brien viewing party tonight?
1-866.
We're going to get crazy.
There should be Pat O'Brien drinking games tonight, Terry. While you're watching this. And every time he makes a sad face,
You drink.
you gotta do a shot! 1-866-663-T-Man. I'm going to open the phone lines. The phone lines, that's right, Terry. 11 are limes right now. So we'll line them up. We'll knock them down right after these words.
The T-Man. The big spring cha-ching.
What it is, yo? What's up? You wanna win 500 bucks?
To win $500, check your...
Full of joy for Jennifer Garner.
Oh, geez.
So are the pregnancy rumors true? Well, for once, this will have to stay a rumor.
Oh.
We contacted Jen's reps and haven't heard back yet.
Wow.
But what's causing all those tongues to wag?
Who knows?
It's these pictures of Jen and the fact she was spotted shopping at a Los Angeles area children's store on Monday.
Whoa, that's big info, Terry.
Boy.
She could be going to a baby shower. Who knows?
No
Come on.
kidding. No, she's pregnant.
Oh, jeez. All right, Terry, as you know, I don't want to delay any longer the phone calls that are waiting on a Relationship Wednesday, better known as a
Relationship.
as a Wactious Wednesday, Terry.
Wactious.
Yes, and before I dive headfirst into as many calls as I can get to, that's enough, Stephen. I'm going to ask you for one quick story. Do you have one story that would be quick, that doesn't involve much discussion before I, as I said, Terry, take these phone calls head on?
Sure I do.
What do you have?
Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt guilty about how much pain your wife went through during birth?
Not
Giving
once.
birth? Not once?
No. Because you know what, Terry? I didn't make that rule, okay? I didn't determine that a woman is responsible for having and bearing the child, Terry. That was nature's decision.
Well.
So I don't feel guilty, if that's the word you used. Use guilty?
Yeah.
I don't feel guilty at all.
Well, would you like to experience it, though, with her, maybe?
Experience the pain?
Sure.
No.
Oh, well,
How's that for
for
nice?
some guys, maybe they do, because there is an Indian tribe in Mexico who has come up with a way to experience the pain of childbirth when your wife is going through it.
So at the same moment she's
Yes.
going through the labor process, you're sitting there, what, getting beaten by 16
Tribal members? No.
with a stick or what?
No, actually, what they do is they tie a string around the husband's testes.
Oh, geez. So you know what? You can stop right there. I don't want to hear anymore.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
I'm already in pain just hearing that, too. Why would any person, when asked, yes, sir, can we put a string around your balls, why would you respond with the word yes? I don't see the reason. Because you feel guilted into the feeling that you have to experience pain, too, while your wife is going through such immense physical pain?
Sure, maybe.
Come on. Give me a freaking break. If men could just conclude, like I have, we didn't make these decisions. It's not like we were asked and we said, nah, give it to the ladies. No, nature decided women bear the children. Plus, she's all horny and wanted the kid more than him anyway.
Oh, wow.
Why should he have to have a string tied around his balls? That's just nasty.
I mean, I do that to remind myself of stuff, but
right.
not for pain.
When you're out of fingers, of course.
Can bond, sharing the agony with your lovely wife.
All right, let's deal with real sophisticated issues on a relationship level. All right, can we please? Let's start out in Bellevue, and you are on the air. Hello. Or I hit the wrong line. That's not Bellevue. Okay, that's not Bellevue either. You're on the air, yes. Since when do I say the city that I call it? Okay. Makes it so much more difficult for me to find the line. Yes, hi, are you there? Hello.
Yes?
Yes, you're on the air, sir.
Okay.
You're from Bellevue?
I'm driving to Bellevue.
Oh,
driving, okay.
Okay. Yes, and what can we do for you this morning?
I'm in a long-distance relationship right now.
So you're in a non-relationship, as you may have learned over the years. It is a camouflage, bullcrap kind of relationship. You just want to pretend like you're in a relationship, so you're in the convenient long-distance relationship, which is not a relationship at all. But go ahead.
So there you go.
We try to see each other every weekend, but that doesn't happen all the time. So
Where is this long-distance relationship happening? From where to where?
From Seattle to Bellingham.
I'm going to humor him and call it a relationship. From Seattle to Bellingham. So that's not that.
That's really not long distance.
Okay,
is it?
if you can drive inside of an hour and a half, 2 hours, then I wouldn't consider that a long-distance relationship.
Yeah, but the thing is that she doesn't, she's always busy with school stuff, so sometimes she doesn't want me to come out to visit. But
she lives down the street, but she just doesn't want to see me, so I'm in a long-distance relationship. That's not what a long-distance relationship. Just because the woman doesn't want to see you doesn't mean you're in a long-distance relationship. You have the ability to see her pretty much any day you want, really.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you get the urge, if she calls you up, you can drive an hour and see her.
Yeah, I could.
All right. So she just doesn't like you very much.
Oh, she does.
You're right.
She does.
Well, how long have you been seeing this woman?
Over 8 months.
8 months. In the first 8 months of a relationship, you should still feel the feelings of wanting to see the person as much as possible. All right, you're right around the border where that's kind of fading away, but still, you should still want to see the person as much as possible at your stage. Now, I'm getting the sense that either she doesn't like you that much, she kind of does, and has other guys also that you don't know about to entertain her, if you know what I'm saying. But you tell me more. What's the situation with this woman as far as you see it?
Well, she's really busy with school, so sometimes she doesn't want me to come visit because she doesn't want to bother me with her studies and whatnot.
Her studies, she calls it, huh? Her studies. Are her studies named Tito and Juan?
Oh, jeez. Tito and Juan.
Yes.
But tonight she's going out with her friends and a bunch of guys across the border to go party tonight. And I'm like, well, what about me? You know, it's I'm stuck down here and I haven't seen her in 3 weeks.
Why can't you just drive up there and join her?
Terry would pull the surprise visit kind of.
Well, I wouldn't. I would say, well,
all
hey,
people in relationships love the pop-in surprise visit, Terry.
Yeah.
You've made
I've made a few.
Yes,
sure,
I'm sure. You still do, even though he's your husband now. What's that now?
I got school too. I go to school every day though.
So listen to the sound of your voice. Do you hear what I'm hearing? You sound like a very easy dude to kind of twist around the old finger there if a woman is surmising what she can do with you. You sound all courteous and kind and sweet and the kind of guy who gets trampled all over like the doormat person that we all like to take advantage of. Is that who you are? I mean, do you have a side that deserves and demands and asks for the respect that a person should get in a relationship or no?
I do.
Are you sure, sir?
Yes, I'm sure.
Because she said she'd rather go out with her friends tonight. You made it clear you wanted to see her, and she didn't really care about that. Right. Is that demanding? Is that getting the respect you feel you deserve in a relationship? Is it? Answer me!
Now you're yelling at him.
Is it, sir?
I don't know. I wouldn't mind coming up to see her tonight, to see.
Well, she doesn't want you to come up and see her. She has a fun evening planned with her friends.
Not only does she not want to see you, but she's going to a different country.
Yes.
She's fleeing the country
She's
to
getting
get away
further
from you.
away from you.
And not only are there going to be girls, she's not even scared to tell you there are going to be girls in her group tonight, but guys as well, and you're not invited.
Yeah.
And you still want to conclude that you're in a relationship where you're getting the equal amount of respect that you deserve?
I don't think so.
Okay, you just changed immediately. Mm-hmm.
Pretty good convincing.
Mm-hmm. Sir, there are a lot of nice ladies out there that are looking for a guy that treats them well. Like, it sounds like you're ready to treat a woman, but you seem to be attracted to a woman who likes to treat you like a doormat. Is that fair or not fair?
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. You're a little bit turned on by this woman's toying with you to some degree, aren't you?
No.
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 What is keeping you from breaking it off with her? I mean, obviously, you're busy, she's busy. Why not say, you know what?
I mean, you got to realize, sir, from what you've basically told us so far, everyone in the audience, or maybe there's 2 or 3 that haven't concluded this yet, but pretty much everyone, from what you have told us so far, is thinking to themselves, the girl is screwing around on this guy, and they're not even in the relationship that he feels that they're in. I mean, how dumb is this dude? I'm just telling you what people have going through their heads right now. This dude is dumb. Here are the thoughts people are thinking. This dude is dumb. This girl is cheating on him. This girl doesn't like him nearly as much as he thinks she does.
Well, I don't think
so. Tell me why everyone's wrong in their thinking. Tell me why all these people that are feeling this way are incorrect.
Well, because she tells me everything she does. So she told me that tonight she's going out with her friends and a bunch of guys. So she tells me that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I was out of the country for over a year, and I met her. And then she waited for me basically for 5 months. So for 5 months, I didn't see her, and she waited for me until I came back.
Yeah, allegedly.
All these things are allegedly, sir. I mean, yes, she didn't have to come clean with the information that she was going out with a group of people tonight. She could have made up some little church-going function she had. So that may earn her a point or two. But
those Canadian churches.
The bottom line is, if you gave her the strong impression that you would like to join her tonight, she would pretty much give you a response of, no, this is my night out with my friends. I don't want to see you tonight, tomorrow, or for that matter, the rest of the week.
Ever.
If it was a relationship, she would want you to come up. I mean, she
Right.
would say, sure, that would be great.
We'll
I know
wait.
you're busy, but I would love it.
Right.
So maybe I will call her up and see if I can come up tonight.
See if you can. Ask
you
permission.
tell her you will.
Just tell her I will.
No.
I was kidding.
Dude.
Yeah.
I would tell you to tie a string around your testicles, but I don't think there's anything to tie around.
Wow.
Whoa, really?
Mhm.
Fresh out.
Ow.
I mean, just hear the defeated sound in his voice, just talking about his relationship, Terry.
I know. I mean, and granted, there is always the chance that really, I mean, she does.
What
like
are you
him,
going to do tonight, dude?
but-
When she's out with her party night, with her party friends, what are you going to be doing? Sitting home thinking about what she's doing?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you think maybe you should come up with a plan B in your life, sir? Do you think maybe you should be looking elsewhere and seeing what's available for you, seeing that she has time to have other avenues that she travels down in her social world? Or are you just totally devoted to her?
I'm totally devoted to her.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like your future wife? You're planning on asking her to marry you?
Well, the thought hasn't, the thought's there, but it's way too early.
You're just going to sit home tonight?
Well, I got lots of homework and I got work too.
Yeah. She has homework, too. She could care less about it.
Yeah, she's
going out with her friends. They're going to get drunk. They're going to put their hands all over each other, and maybe even worse. Get some hookers, some coke.
We're going to go wild. Crazy.
Betsy's going to join them.
Oh, yeah.
Not Betsy.
And this is all okay with you, right, sir? Because she told you where she's going tonight.
Yeah, it's still not okay because I don't like her going out with other guys.
Did you tell her that?
Yeah.
What does she say?
Well, that's...
So, what does she say when you say, I don't like you going out with a group of people that include guys? What does she say to that?
well, that's something you're going to have to deal with.
Oh, the infamous line.
I guess I'll have to deal with it. Oh, deal with it. Oh, okay.
Well, he's got to understand it is Quattro de Mayo.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they're a little different in Canada. They do things a little differently.
Does that sound satisfactory to you? You're just going to have to deal with it?
Well, he is going to.
That made sense to you?
No.
Well, why don't you tell her that? I don't want to have to deal with that. I'm your dude. I don't want you hanging out with other guys getting drunk tonight.
Yeah, but she's always had guy friends. That's how she's always been.
Well, if that's going to be the case, and you're going to have your guy friends, I want to join in. I'm your man.
Have you met any of her guy friends?
No, that's the other thing. I haven't met any of them. That's why I feel uncomfortable when she's with them.
Has she said, hey, come on up, I want you to meet my friend?
Steve, what are the text messages saying about this guy?
He's a loser, like you said.
The text messaging number is, I'll tell you what, sir, let's see what instant messages we get at 97373. That's because I don't want to have to disconnect people who are waiting on the phone lines. All 73 lines are filled with people in relationship issues, Terry. I'm sure not worse than this guy's. But I don't want to have to disconnect them anyway, so we'll look to see what text messages are coming in at 97373, sir. And maybe you should take some people's advice to heart based on their analysis of your situation. You sound pretty, well, I hate to say loser-like, sir, but that's the phrase that's popping into our minds right now as it pertains to you. I mean, you can't be treated like this. Not if you were a man, a woman, or who knows what else you could be.
How old are you?
20.
20 years old. Be worse if he was 28, Terry.
True, but...
It shouldn't happen at any age.
Right.
Stephen, the first messages that are coming in real time in response to this guy are what?
Sad sack mother effer?
Sad sack mother effer. Does that sound like you, sir, or no?
No.
You're not a sad sack mother effer.
Some would probably say that he has no backbone at all.
Sad sack mother effer.
Yeah, I guess so.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes. What else, Stephen?
Typical Seattle guy. He is such a pussy.
Wow.
Stephen debated over whether to say that word or not, so he just said it with extra vigor. Yes.
This guy is a woman.
Sir, are you a woman?
No.
How are you doing? Okay, I'm fine. She's cheating. Move on, dude. You need to dump her. She's cheating on you. Loser. Dude, move on. Effing idiot. He's stupid. He's a big dummy.
And these are just the positive emails so far, sir, of our text messages.
Where's the positive of this?
Yeah.
He should drive up and hump her one more time. Then when she passes out, do it to one of her friends.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Well, that's advice. But that doesn't sound like this guy's style.
Not at all.
Sorry, it's we would give you advice, but it seems like this is almost the life you've carved out for yourself. It's almost like you're asking for this kind of stuff to happen to you. This is who you are. You're doormat guy.
Oh, wow.
I'm single, and doormat guy can call me. He will not be disappointed. He's already got some action lined up.
So you think I should come up and see her tonight?
Oh, my God.
No, that'd be kind of lame, man.
Yeah, awkward.
And I would give you advice on how to maybe strengthen your personality a little bit, but it's, well, why even bother? This is who you are. I can't change the way you are. This is going to be your life. You're going to be doormat guy. Do you want to change, or you're happy the way you are?
I want to change.
You do?
Yeah.
Well,
So how does he change?
it's not going to be in 2 easy lessons, Terry.
No, I understand that, but what are some of the steps? Should he...
He's got to tell her this is unacceptable.
He tried. Did he not?
I'm coming up tonight. He can't just pop in. He's got to tell her I'm coming up tonight.
And
no?
I'm going out with
well,
you
then you
and your
come down here. Let's meet in between. You're not hanging out with these big dick guys up there.
Wow. Let's meet in Mount Vernon.
Or if not, you know what? I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
We're done?
Because you going out and getting all drunk with these guys makes me feel like you're disrespecting me.
Right.
You don't let me join in. Screw you and your stanky cooch.
Wow.
That's it. End of story.
Put his foot down.
You can't say those words, though, sir. You can't even say anything close.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No. You'll say, okay, have fun. I'll be here if you need me.
Yeah, sitting at home.
Call me later.
And she's drunk, and she calls him up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Sir, you have to tell her in whatever words you feel comfortable that you feel uncomfortable with the situation. This is an unacceptable Not to say that a couple can't have a night out apart every so often. Not at all, Terry.
Right.
But the way she is portraying it to him, the way she is kind of completely dominating the relationship that they're in. He wants to see her tonight, and he's being told he can't.
Right.
That is not acceptable.
Mm-hmm. The fact that he hasn't met any of her friends or anything also says a lot.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't felt sorry for a caller like this in a long time.
That's what I've been dealing with for a while.
All right, well, you're going to deal with it for a lot longer, man, because you're not going to change.
Yeah. It's your choice.
Why do you want to settle down at 20 anyway, man? Why don't you just go out and hump who you can?
I don't know. That's just the way I am, I
It's
guess.
just your style. Well, then you're asking for this. Then how can I help you if you're asking for this? I can't help you, so goodbye.
Okay.
All right.
See, that's exactly what he says to her, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. It's how easy he gives
Gotcha.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be here.
Yeah.
Thinking of you. You'll be thinking of me while you're out grinding on other guys, right?
Yeah, sure.
Call me when you get home.
Then it's okay, then.
I'm going to go find me a Canadian Mountie.
Mm-hmm. Sad. It's sad when you have a dude on the line who can't be helped, Terry.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not one to waste time, though. I just spent like 20 minutes with that guy. I'm not one to try to help the guy who can't be helped. He can't be helped.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be helped. Move on to someone who can be helped.
He's got bitten by the love bug.
Talking about it. It's not it at all. You're on the air.
Morning, T.
Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm fine.
Alright, I'm in a relationship with the girl. We are pretty much heading into a year right now. Although her ex-boyfriend constantly calls her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering how, she tells me that.
Let me take a woman's call this morning, Terry. I don't want these.
You don't like the
I don't want
guys
a trend
this
or
morning?
a theme to start with these sad sack guys calling in. You're on the air. Hello.
It's definitely where that was going.
Hello.
Man.
Hi. How are you?
Good. Okay, so I'm having some issues here with I'm married. I've been married for about 2 years now. And I found
Little slut.
I found an unknown cell phone in my husband's car yesterday.
Not an unknown cell phone number that you didn't identify,
No,
but an unknown cell phone you didn't even know existed.
Yes, an actual cell phone. And in the cell phone, there's we recently moved up here from California. So there's all kinds of numbers from 206 and this area codes from up here. So it's not like it's from home. And it's and then there's all kinds of pictures of girls and some very nasty pictures of girls.
So it represents a whole other world that you didn't realize your husband was involved in, basically.
Yeah, basically.
The cell phone has now become a symbol, Terry, of a whole hidden world that her husband has had that she had no knowledge of.
A double life?
Phone numbers, pictures, the double life type image that she is now privy to.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to accept it because I've been trying to be the best wife I can. Everything that he thinks, everything that he tells me I'm doing wrong, I hurry up and, try to make it better. And
wow.
I know, it's really bad. I know everybody says I'm stupid, but...
Well, all right, tell us more about this phone. You believe this phone belongs to him. Is that pretty much what you're...
Oh, I know it belongs to him.
It belongs to him. Now, you found this phone...
asked him about
You
it.
found this phone how long ago?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. And since yesterday, have any time last night, yesterday afternoon, did you make it clear to him that you found this phone and asked for an explanation?
Yes.
And tell me the words you used to tell him you discovered this phone.
Yes. Well, I said, so this phone that's in your car, whose is it? He's like, well, it's not even turned on anymore, and Damaris, his friend, gave this to him. And
Okay, so he didn't deny that it was his phone. He pretty much told you it was his phone, but it's not an operational phone. He doesn't use it. It shouldn't be anything to be concerned about.
I checked the history on it, and the last time he used it was not too long ago, March.
In
the end
March.
of April.
It's
Yes.
not turned on anymore.
All right, well, he hasn't used it since, you said March or April?
March. Well, it was March 31st.
March 31st.
Oh, close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, close
Just
enough.
missed the April cutoff. But he used it on March 31st, and that last call he made, did you discover in your investigative reporting kind of situation as to who he called, or no?
Yeah, it was some girl.
Some woman.
It was Terry
Yeah.
Free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the time. And did you tell him that you did this kind of research and ask him for a reaction on that, or no?
Yes, I did, and he said that he did take those girls. He said he would take girls' numbers down, and just like he didn't know what he was thinking. He said,
Yeah, because he was
would
married
take
to you on
them
March
down.
31st as well, right? You had been married for 2 years, so that doing the
they've
math
been
tells me
married
you were married on March 31st. You shouldn't have been calling anyone on March 31st.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells me that
It's pretty cool.
that he talks to these girls.
It's pretty cool to have this phone
Come
that
on.
your own wife doesn't even know about. A whole phone, Terry. A phone is like an entire life.
No, I know.
A phone does everything these days, Terry. You have a whole life with a phone that your wife doesn't know about.
I understand.
Got pictures on there.
So
Yeah,
now-
pictures of
So now that you
everything.
know that your husband basically had a whole other life hidden away from
Actually,
you.
I didn't. I actually was thinking everything was going well. You know, I couldn't believe like how well we were doing.
All right, so when you tell him, hey, I thought everything was going great, and now I find out you had this whole other life that I didn't know about, what does he say to that?
He said
He downplays
he
it.
sorry that he didn't know. He didn't know his reaction. He didn't know that he was.
Oh, I
he
didn't
was
know.
kinda
You
saying,
wouldn't.
Like, he was like, I was dumb for doing it, basically.
I wouldn't know. I didn't know you wouldn't want me to have this phone where I called other women, like all asking them for sex and
pictures
and pictures of them. And
He
I was
told
thinking of
me
telling you, but I didn't think you would care.
He told me that the reason he had all these girls' numbers was because for me, every time I don't like something, I let him know, right? So we get in an argument, and it's something stupid, and he says that every time that we would get in arguments and he needed somebody to talk to, he would go and talk
Right.
to these girls.
So
I'm thinking, you know, you're married to me, you have to talk to me. That's the whole point of
So
you
does
being
a
married to me.
phone hidden away that your wife doesn't know about, does that automatically equal that this guy has been unfaithful to her? Or is there a way to justify that, yes, he had a phone, he made calls to other women, he had a whole list of numbers she didn't know about, he had a whole other life, basically, that she wasn't aware of, but he hasn't crossed the line of doing anything that would be unfaithful, so to speak? Is there any way to say that that possibility exists? Or does the phone mean he's a cheating bastard?
Cheating bastard.
Oh, yes!
Big time.
He does swear up and down, like he swears on his son and his parents. He swears that he
Whatever.
did not cross the line and that he never did anything.
Why were you snooping around his car?
Oh my God.
Why was I snooping?
Why does it have to be that?
Because he's done it before. But when we weren't-
Because you
when
were
we weren't-
suspicious. And you know T-Man rule number 7, if
That's
you think
right.
he's cheating on you, he is.
Yeah, he's done it when we weren't married, though. So
All right, so
you know,
now
I
that
thought
you-
we were serious.
So now
I mean,
that you have
I
the...
thought we were
We
serious.
took the I-do's and everything.
Now that you have the next closest thing to video of him having sex with another woman,
No joke.
now that you basically have that in your hands and in your knowledge, little Banks there, what are you going to do? What's the next step?
I don't know. I mean, we have a son together, and it's, you know, it's really hard.
It's great that people have all these kids to use as
I
justification for
know.
them staying together when they really just want to anyway.
Yeah, because you want your son to grow up and see how your daddy treats the mommy, and
I know.
and you want to raise a son
It's like,
like
Dad, I
that.
want one of those phones too. Quick.
Right, right. Because daddy's going to teach
I want to
son
call
how
my
to
other mom.
yeah how to
I
disrespect.
want to call my
women.
nice mom.
Oh, jeez. So you're pretty much telling him this behavior is going to be tolerated for the rest of my life. Go ahead and go screw all the sluts you want. That's
Yeah.
basically what you're saying to him when you say, "Oh, well, we have a son, so I'm staying with you for that reason." That's how it's translated in his mind.
Yep.
I can do this. I can get away with this. I don't have to hide these phones as hard as I've been trying to hide it for the past 2 years.
Right.
That's what you're
Yeah.
telling him. I just want to make sure you know what you're saying to him. Okay?
I know.
So that's
I
what
know. It's
He got the
really
season
hard.
pass.
He's got the season pass to all the sluts he wants
That's
now.
right.
And he knows if it's discovered, you'll always rationalize by saying, well, we have a kid, so I'm going to stay with you, but only for that reason.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
okay with you?
No, it's not.
So what are you going to... So what's...
I'm just like so emotionally like it's really hard because he's the only guy that I've ever been with, and I'm pretty young.
So
and
you're
it's
thinking
like,
you're going to think of getting even now and cheating on him, or what?
I'm sorry?
Are you gonna,
Never.
Are you gonna,
never.
Yeah, of course you will. Are you going to get even now and maybe cheat on him over the next, maybe it won't be tomorrow, but it'll be in the next year or two?
Eventually?
Are you going to cheat on him now or no?
No, that's not me at all. That's not me, and he knows that.
It is you, because you're married to him, and you or him are you.
Yeah.
So it is you. This is your world now. You're in a cheating, unfaithful, infidelity kind of world. Don't tell me it's not you. You're married to unfaithfulness.
Then I'd rather just...
If it wasn't you, you would leave. It is you. So you might as well screw the first guy you're kind of turned on by.
I don't want to come down to his level, though. That's not me. Like, to show him that...
That
you know
is
what I mean?
smart. You're right. But
And I don't want to show, like, because I'm a girl, and I know, if I was a guy and that was my girl, then I'd go screw around her. But
Well, you're coming down to his level by telling him this behavior is acceptable. So you might as well go out and screw grocery store clerks and stuff like that. All right? Or radio hosts or something like that.
So do you think this is enough just to end our marriage and just break it all up? I mean, this is the... I never actually caught him in bed with anybody.
You did, but you don't want to, Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I don't know.
Hey, I'm not going to tell you leave the guy. You're obviously in love. You're obviously willing to tolerate this situation, so stay with him.
Yeah.
You're now set up for a life of being miserable. Have a good time.
Okay.
please be strong.
And by the way, once you snooped around his car, you'd already sunk into his level.
Yeah. Well, thanks, T-Man.
Okay, baby.
Oh, God. Don't you want to just shake her, though, and say, come on?
Jerry wants to shake you. You want to come down?
I'm sorry?
What do you look like when you're shaking?
What do I look like?
Yeah, when you're shaking.
When I'm what?
When you're being shaken.
When I'm being shaken?
Not stirred,
Right.
yes. Terry wants to shake you.
I don't know. I do get pretty mean, but...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, sounds like you could.
And he says this is part because of me being having a big attitude and having to say something about everything, but...
The theme of the day,
I'm not happy.
the theme of the day, Terry, is
Yes?
going to be people you can just toy with.
Okay.
People you can just toy with. You're one of those people.
No.
Oh, don't say no.
I hate
So
to
it's
do
all
that.
your fault that he's had to cheat.
Maybe if you were a little hotter then, huh?
Actually, believe me, I am hot.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Are you
I am
hotter than
really
all?
hot.
Are you hotter than all the women whose numbers were in that phone you never knew
Yeah,
about?
I am, as a matter of fact.
You
I saw
don't.
pictures of them.
You don't know because there's a
But you
whole load of them that you've never met.
Right.
That's true.
So
But
you don't
women on
know.
the phone, they're all little girls. They look very young, and
And this is your husband. It's got all these little girls and a load of stream of numbers he has stored away in a phone that you never knew existed.
yeah,
Pretty much a husband you never knew existed because you obviously don't know the man.
yeah, that's true.
Tough life. Maybe better luck next life.
Okay, well,
All right.
yeah. I guess, yeah, that's true.
I didn't say anything.
No, I'm saying that's a good. I know
Okay.
I'm being dumb.
Well, I'll tell you what. After the situation has settled in a little bit, I know you're still feeling the shock waves. You can call us back and we can talk about this again.
Okay.
All right?
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right. Bye
Take care, baby. All right, bye-bye. Yeah. Bet she is pretty hot. She sounds hot, Terry.
Yeah, but not hot enough to keep her husband.
Well, no one's hot enough
Yeah, I guess you're right.
to keep a cheating husband from cheating, Terry.
You're right,
If you
you're
got a
right.
cheating husband, doesn't matter how hot you are. The hotter you are, the more likely a man is to cheat. I've told you that from the beginning, Terry. You never understood, obviously, because you're still working on the same kind of situations over there.
Well, some of the rules are tough for us to get.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it was a whack just Wednesday. I don't know what happened to it.
I like no shirt, no shoes, no service. I have trouble with that one.
It still is a Relationship Wednesday. 1-866-663-T-Man. If you feel like your relationship is in a little bit of trouble, well, you realize now after the first two calls this morning, you're in some pretty good company. And we'll be back with more calls after these words.
The T-Man.
93.
The 93 minute.
Terry, this text messenger writes,
Yeah?
T-Man, don't dog on long distance relationships. I've made mine work for 3 years now. Of course you have. Dumbass! They're the easiest relationships in the world to make work. That's the point. They're not relationships, Terry. They don't require any maintenance, any work.
A 10-minute call a day. That's
Live with that person for 3 years straight, day to day, and see if it works.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it anymore.
Are you through?
1-866-663-T-Man. You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Is this T-Man?
Yes.
All right, well, about 2-3 weeks ago, a friend of mine and I, we went to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Some relationship problems already. Him and his girlfriend were on a break, and he had a little fling with somebody in New York.
All right.
And now I am sort of caught between the two of them.
Why? Why is this your business? You're his gay lover? What's the deal? I don't understand.
Nope, we're just good friends.
Yeah.
And I'm friends with his girlfriend as well.
Right. And
Now-
so what's your problem?
Oh,
You're friends to him first. You're always friends to your to the male friend first, and you're supposed to not even either acknowledge if it bothers you or do everything you have to do to cover up his actions in New York.
Oh, and I am doing that. And I am just wondering,
Whatever,
so just keep covered up for him, or what should I do?
Yeah, you should rat him out. All right?
Sounds good.
Whatever, dude.
That's what he was going to do anyway.
You know, I want to take calls on a Whack Just Wednesday, Terry, because I love... Yes. I got a bunch of Kilbrets calling in this morning. You should rat him out, dude. Always rat out your buddy. Your buddy hooks up with some girl in New York. Why shouldn't you rat him out? Of course you should. Man. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. If this call doesn't turn out to be good, I'm just going to eat my bagel for the rest of the show, and people are going to have to like it.
Wow, okay.
What kind?
It's garlic, Stephen.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes. That sounds good.
I expect to give you a big tongue kiss after the show after all that garlic goes in my system. Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Hey, T, I got a comment for you about the guy from earlier in the hour and a half along the way, long-distance relationship there.
Yes.
Well,
Bellingham to where did he live? In Bellevue or somewhere like that. That's not an hour and a half, is it? It's like an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes tops, right?
Steven,
yeah, it doesn't even matter, really. But I'm driving down the highway with a buddy of mine heading to work, and we listened to this guy. It just made us sick to our stomach. We just think that the guy shouldn't call her and ask her, you know, if he can go out to the party with her and do all that stuff. He needs to just show up over there, ask her nicely. Maybe she'll give him his balls back, and he can use them for the next girl. She's just going to keep doing it to him.
Yes.
But I also have a question regarding a relationship thing. I want to get your input on what you think as far as age difference between a guy and a girl. What's your input on that? How do you look at that?
I don't think it matters.
What's a big gap?
There's no big gaps anymore these days.
How about a 34-year-old guy with a 20-year-old?
Sounds good to me.
Doesn't that work good?
Sounds good to me, dude. Terry,
that's all the advice I needed.
The only big gap is over here, Terry Freed, to my right.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. And all the men she so desires. Nah, I try to cover up because I wasn't really talking about your big gap. Anyway.
Well, 5 kids. That's
I don't think there's any big gaps anymore these days.
As far as age and dating?
I think Tom Cruise and...
Well, yeah, they're what, 20-some-odd years, correct?
No, not 20-some-odd years, but 15 years is pretty much indicating that man older, woman 45, dude 26. I mean, what gap startles you? What gap is unacceptable? What gap is inappropriate? There are no gaps. It's a free-for-all. Go after what you want without a care in the world. And that's the way it should be. It's progress.
Unless you're with someone who doesn't remember electricity, and that's a little unreasonable.
You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, Timmy? How you doing?
I mean, you can't go help people from Yelm? Yes, go ahead.
Wow.
That's true. I guess you don't have to be old and not have electricity.
What do you want, dude?
Man, I really don't have no relationship problem. I wanted to talk about the Sonics, but even though your show right now is about relationships, I have just a quick question. How long do you suggest, or how long do you think, if you've been with a woman, let's say 3 years, how much longer do you think?
I thought you wanted to talk about the Sonics.
Yeah.
Don't be coerced into talking about relationships if you want to talk about the Sonics. What about the Sonics?
Oh, okay. Say that then. Say that then.
He's trying to make up some relationship.
Right.
I mean,
I'm a pussy, too.
I don't have any problems. But,
what about the Sonics? What's your question?
Man, really, I don't have a question. I just want to say good job.
Oh, there you go. Thanks for the call. There you go. Good job. No doubt about it. Sonics certainly won 2 games over the past 2 games that they played that could have easily been lost, but showing that they belong in the playoffs in exactly the spot that they are in, a high-seeded spot, Terry. They pull out those games that they could have easily made excuses as to why they lost. Down by 10 at some point in the second half yesterday, rallied back, pulled it out, pulling away. In the opposing building the other night, down by 19, could have easily folded their tent there, but no. This Sonic team has turned around from last season on a dime and could give San Antonio, their likely next opponent, Terry, a run for their money. I don't think they could necessarily, even after the series, be seen as a favorite against the San Antonio Spurs. But guess what? The Spurs cannot like what they have seen, the way the Sonics manhandled your Sacramento Queens, Terry.
Right.
They cannot think they're going to just walk over the Seattle Sonics, not by a long shot. Seattle will make some serious noise in this series. Will they win? That remains to be seen. Will Pasty talk a little lower at some point in the other room there? That remains to be seen as well. You're on the air. Hello.
Is Fearless going to come in and give us his prediction?
Oh, jeez.
So I can just quit watching the games?
Well, he's in the south of France, but maybe we'll be able to get him here via immediate plane ride. Yes.
He has a place there, right?
You're on the air.
Hello.
All deaf mutes do. Yes, go ahead.
Too bad Pasty's on the deaf mute.
Hello?
Yeah.
What can I do for you, sir?
See, man, I got a relationship that'll probably put everybody to shame.
Yes.
I've been with the same woman for 6 years. We have 4 children together. We're not married. And the relationship basically goes to crap every other day.
It what?
Goes to crap every other day.
All right, so you have 1 good day out of every 2. Sounds pretty good as far as the marriages I know out there.
Right. It's like most marriages. I think.
Yes.
Well, I'm just wondering, basically, if I should keep this thing going on, because basically what happens is that we argue constantly, and it winds up to where either I'm kicked out, I sleep in my car, I go back, everything's fine, and we do this cycle practically every day.
Endless cycle, but the interesting part is, through your arguing, she'll tell you to leave the house, and you do.
Right.
She tells you, get out of here right now. What happens if you decide you don't want to leave on a given night that she tells you to get out? What happens then?
She'll threaten to call the police on me and have me arrested, telling that, you know, I beat her or some kind of crap like that.
Do you share the mortgage bills? Do you share the responsibilities down the middle, 50-50, or what?
Say that again?
The mortgage bills, the responsibilities to the kids, everything that is incorporated in your life. Is it a 50-50 split or what? She pays half the mortgage.
I feel like
you
I
do half.
More because
you do more. Okay, so if it's not 50-50, what is it? 70-30? You're pulling your weight 70%. She's only putting up 30. What's the deal in your mind?
I would think more about 85-15.
85-15 when it comes to bills, Terry, when it comes to all the responsibilities of taking care of the needs for the house, the home, the kids, the clothes, the food. 85% him, 15% her. And yet, when they fight, and she tells him to leave, he ducks his head, walks out the door, and doesn't come back until she's calmed down.
Well, but then again, that's kind of smart of him because
Well,
she's the
gonna call
one,
the cops
right?
and have
She's
him
the one,
locked up for some kind of abuse.
and so that is smart of him to go ahead and be the one to leave.
Sounds like a modern marriage to me.
Okay.
Sleeping on
But
the
what do you
minivan
guys?
again.
What do you guys argue about every other day?
We argue about money. I have a job where I'm gone, you know, a good 8-10 hours a day. I work in sales. So I'm gone.
But you're only working 3 hours a day, sir. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Who works
But
that long?
I'm gone most of the day. I'm gone every weekend. And so, for the most part, the kids are in daycare during the week. But, you know, when I'm gone on the weekend, she's at home with the kids.
Where are you going on the weekends for your job, sir?
Say that again?
Where are you going on the weekends?
I work in Olympia.
So so you can't go home after your day's work at Olympia?
They only do
No, I go home every night.
Oh, you do? You're not gone every weekend. Then you're working on the weekends, but you're home after work.
That's correct.
All right. So have you been faithful to this woman during your marriage or no?
Well, about
They're not married, are they?
3 years ago, I did have an affair, and we, she found out about it. We, decided to make it work and everything. And so for the past...
Well, you've lived up to that. Let me ask you this. If you have a fight, let's say the fight you had last night or the night before, that she told you to get out of the house and go sleep in the van. If you decided, I don't want to leave tonight. I'm done saying my part, and if you can handle it, I'm going to stay here. What happens then?
Then it comes to, well, if you don't leave, then...
She's going to call the police.
I'm going to call the police.
And you believe she would do that? You believe if you really didn't leave the house, she would call the police, they would come, and she would tell them things that would get you in trouble?
One time she actually did.
And they arrested you.
You ever try the line, I pay the bills here, bitch, or no?
Whoa, I don't think that'll go over really well.
Well, you got to see how it plays with her, Terry. You got to try it once.
Really?
Test the waters at least.
Just float it out there.
Sure.
Run it up the flagpole.
Yeah,
Hopefully I know how it's going to go.
Yeah. 911's called right away after that.
Did I say bitch? Oh.
So when she called the police on you, what did she tell the police?
I told them that, we got into an argument, and, here, I'm leaving.
What did she say?
She tried to say that, well, he's been doing this and that, and tried to show him some, bruises that supposedly I gave her, which I never touched her, because I don't hit women. And
he hides his weed in the shed.
What was that?
Hide your weed in the shed, sir. We know you did. Anyhow.
Does she work?
Here.
Does she work?
I'll give you a prime example of what I go through. Here, this is what happened yesterday, okay? I just got a settlement check from an accident I was in November. I got a property damage settlement for $5,000. Okay, so I had told her that, I'm going to go and, buy another car. And we were talking about financing one, and I said, here, I'll just go and buy one cash. That way we don't have a payment.
Right.
So I went out on Monday night, and I got money orders for the car to buy from this guy.
Right.
So she wanted me to leave the money orders there because she thinks I'll go out and blow the money.
All right.
So I left the money orders with her. So the next day, I'm like, well, where's money orders? Because I'm getting ready to go buy the car today.
Yep, what you do with it?
She kept it. She says that she put it in her bank account and basically, doesn't want me to buy the car.
But she made that decision on her own, and now there's nothing you can do about it.
Right, because it's in her account. My name's not on it. I can't have access to the money.
All right, so you're obviously very fond of this woman. So what's going to happen now in your mind over the next, let's say, year? Are you going to keep this endless cycle going, a fight out in the street, fight, I'm sleeping in the driveway again? Or are you going to try to make things, do whatever you have to do to make things better, or is that not even happening? Or what's going to happen, sir?
Well, my thing is I keep telling her that, look, I want to be your partner. I'm trying to make things work between us. I mean, I've done a lot of bad stuff to her. She's done bad stuff to me. I'm just, we have 4 kids. I want to make things work, not just for the kids, but for the sake that if we love each other as much as we say we do.
Fine. I know what you're telling me. What's your prediction? What's the likely next move between you and her? Keeping up with what's going on? You pretty much throwing in the towel, or you feeling as though you're making improvements? What's your gut tell you?
My gut tells me that somewhere along the line, the cycle is going to break, and it's not going to be pretty.
It's not going to be pretty.
I would have to agree with him on that one.
Agree as well.
I think he'll find himself in jail at some point in time, even though he may not have touched this woman.
When you wind up in jail, sir, is it going to be because you really did touch her or because she's making up a lie?
I won't ever hit her.
Okay,
no.
So are you going to walk out pretty much and stay out before she makes up a lie and sends you to jail, or?
That's what I would do.
It sounds like you're making this call to pretty much indicate that this is the last hurrah between you and her. And you've already made that decision.
Yeah. Maybe another kid would make it better.
Jeez. I mean, sometimes you love somebody, and regardless of how much you love that person, you guys just aren't compatible. You guys just aren't the ones for each other.
Yeah, it's too bad it takes 6 years.
Well,
yeah.
4 kids, 6 years. Yeah.
I get the sense you're going to get an overwhelming sense of relief when you leave, and you know it, don't you?
Sometimes.
But they're not even married, so you don't have, right? You're not married, right?
No, we're not married.
So
that was too big of a step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much responsibility.
All right, so what do you want from us, man?
Well, I
want a DVD?
I guess I just wanted to vent, but...
Something to watch in the van when you get kicked out next time?
Did you want somebody to say, get out now, or...
I mean, I've heard all that before. I mean, I've heard it through all these years. I mean, all my friends, you know, you should have left a long time ago.
Well, then I guess you're not even looking for advice on a Waxes Wednesday, but that's the beauty of it, Terry. You can just call up and vent your frustrations like this man just did, and frustrations he does have. There's no doubt about it. Mm-hmm.
For sure. But he probably feels better.
Where's my pillow? I'm going out to the van.
He's got a bed already in his car. Just,
Hey, the alarm clock's not working in the cigarette lighter tonight. Can you wake me up at 6 a.m.?
The T-Man.
Just shake that ass, girl.
The effects of stress on 9/11 babies. A new study shows pregnant women traumatized by 9/11 passed on stress to their unborn babies.
Oh, my gosh.
Researchers found the women and their babies had reduced levels of the stress hormone cortisol.
Well, Terry, you hearing this? If you were carrying a baby during the 9/11 traumatic event, and the days after, people were scared that there was going to be another attack, you passed on all those stresses to your child, and now there are a lot of whacked-out babies that were born shortly after 9/11, Terry.
Wow.
Thanks for the synopsis there, Terry. The only thing worse are 7-Eleven babies, Terry. I don't even want to talk about them. Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
What else is going on in the world, please, Terry? What else do you have? What are you working on over there?
I got a story here about a pilot who was in trouble with the law after his neighbors in his upscale neighborhood complained about him pleasuring himself in his front lawn.
In his yard?
Yeah, in his front yard, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently this
That's
gentleman...
frowned upon. You can't really get away with that in the neighborhood unless you have cleared it with the real estate people.
I guess not.
That you're going to be pleasuring yourself in your front yard.
Yeah, apparently 47-year-old gentleman is a highly regarded pilot.
For what airline does it say?
Yes, it does.
Can you tell me?
Yes, I can. American Airlines.
I want to fly.
The friendly skies, huh?
So when he's not flying, it's not like he's doing it in the cockpit.
Right.
If he did it in the backyard, would that be okay? I mean, the backyard is a more private area. Front
true.
yard's more public.
True.
He goes into the backyard and... Is that okay, or is that still going to get him in big-time trouble?
I don't know. I can't speak on that.
I think you could pretty much make a good judgment, though, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean...
It's not really appropriate either?
Right.
Okay. Thanks, Terry. Yes.
Anyway, was arrested and charged with performing lewd and obscene acts while naked in broad daylight and in front of his home. Neighbor even claims that he's done this 25 times in the last year.
25 times?
Yes.
But finally, after the 24th time, she had had enough.
And the neighbor even videotaped him during the act.
On the 24th time, she said, if he does that one more time, I'm calling the cops, and I'm going to tell him about all 25 times.
Right.
Where are you getting that story, Terry? It's I'm finding it hard to believe that someone allowed it to happen 25 times before they called the cops.
I got this off of a website, newschannel5.com, and I can't remember what...
All right. Well, that's very exciting.
I know.
Mm-hmm. And the man told the cops what? What was his rationale? I was just fertilizing the lawn? What did he say?
Let's see. Hold on.
Would you rather me put mule dung down here? I could do that, too. Well, what was his reason? Did he give any explanation or no? No explanation?
No really explanation,
okay,
although in the video it does appear that they say that he appears to be very much awake in the videotape.
Is he going to lose his wings because of this, Terry?
He has been grounded.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm. Well, so he can't fly.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's what they call it. They ground the pilot.
Right. I understand. I didn't think a 75-year-old mom came over.
Well, you looked at me like I was saying it incorrectly.
And you have to write sentences, too, sir.
Okay. No TV for you, mister.
Mm-hmm. Put on this little cap and stay in the corner. Okay, so this man's in pretty big trouble for whacking off at his front yard.
Mm-hmm.
So let this be a lesson. As much as you feel the urge, don't do that in your front lawn.
Yeah.
take 4 steps and go inside.
Now, what would be the reason for him wanting this man who lived in the upscale neighborhood that you described, Terry? Pilots make pretty good money?
Sure.
What do they make? Do they make 6 figures?
Sure.
All right, so they live in decent nice neighborhoods.
Sure.
I know you can live on 6 figures, but anyhow, they live in nice neighborhoods, Terry, and this man felt the urge to do his business in his front yard. What kind of statement was he making? What kind of needs does this fill? Terry, you're the resident expert. Tell us why. Go ahead.
Not the resident expert. I don't know.
All right, I'm sorry. That's Stephen. Stephen, what's the point? What's the motive? What's the rationale behind him needing to do this in the front yard?
Oh, well, maybe he just likes the cool breeze.
The tight squeeze.
The shaky knees.
My
Likes
God.
being in his garden.
Yes. Maybe he always wanted an exotic fountain and he couldn't afford it. And this is the best thing next to that.
Yeah, I can't think of the appeal of that.
I'm trying to figure out. I couldn't get more private when I do that deal.
Right. Well,
all right?
one of the neighbors...
Even when I'm home alone, I'll go to the bathroom, turn the lights out, shake one out.
Right.
Light some candles.
If I'm doing it in front of the TV, I make sure all the shades are drawn in case Matt Hasselback's watching or something like that from across the way. It's very private. I don't understand why a dude would do that in his front yard, knowing the neighbors. Probably there's got to be 1 or 2 neighbors that are standing near a window that may see him sitting there shaking it out.
Well, one of his neighbors claims that maybe he was sleepwalking. That's the only rationale she can come to.
Or maybe he just gets off on the excitement of having people watch him in his front yard. Sick and twisted. Don't you know? Gotta try it. Anyhow, this man has had this affect his work.
Yes.
And that's unfortunate, Terry. He's probably a quality pilot.
Actually, they say he was very
stressful job having highly reputable.
Highly regarded.
Oh, highly regarded. Highly regarded pilot for how many? How old is this man?
47.
Is he married?
Yes.
He has kids?
It says they describe him as a family man and a hard-working professional.
They always are.
He had a clean crash record.
Family man, hard-working professional, and just enjoys going to the front yard and twisting one off.
Guess so.
Doesn't make you a bad guy.
Doesn't make you a bad person, Terry.
Well, maybe he really was sleepwalking. I mean, pilots do. They don't get that's one of their big complaints is they fly a lot, don't get a lot of sleep.
And when they do, they like to maximize the sleep time by going out to the front yard and beating the paddywhacker.
Maybe so.
I understand.
It's multitasking. Stephen listens to Sonic games while he sleeps. This guy does this.
Where did this happen? What city, Terry?
Oh, well, when I did it printer friendly, I did not get the...
Okay, well, let me see the story, please.
Apparently it wasn't too printer friendly.
Yes.
Well,
There's no dateline on it or anything?
Well, it's a local story that she printed out from newschannel5.com, and it starts by saying a local pilot for American Airlines is in trouble with the law after neighbors in his upscale neighborhood complained about his bizarre behavior. Roy Clemens, 47 years of age... highly regarded pilot for American Airlines, has been whacking off in the front yard.
It's in Tennessee.
In the police report, a neighbor reported that Clemens fondled himself on 25 occasions that she can recall over the past year. And yet, she's not the one who made the phone call to police.
Right. I thought he was sleeping.
She wasn't even the one who videotaped him. It was somebody else.
She was crying in distress after finding out that he had been arrested and realizing there wouldn't be a 26th time.
Right.
It was the only thrill she got every day.
Perhaps one can conclude he was doing this for her amusement. And everyone else should mind their freaking business.
Maybe they had a little thing going.
Oh. He's been released on bond. Gold bond medicated powder helps you release, Terry. Stops you getting from that Indian brain. Okay, what else? What else is going on?
In Freedom, Pennsylvania,
yes,
a 46-year-old deaf-mute was arrested after he shot and killed his deaf-mute sister and deaf-mute brother-in-law.
Were they a member of the Forecaster family, Terry?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so it doesn't involve my friend the Fearless Forecaster.
No, I guess not.
But a family of deaf mutes.
Yes, a family of deaf mutes. In fact, they apparently got into a argument, a sign language-based fight.
Speaking of people in high and mighty places, Terry, that I'm familiar with and friends with, like the Fearless Forecaster, one of my other friends, the man who was the trainer of my horses, and actually the thing that made me think of this was the text message we just got at the T-Man in the Morning Show that says, T-Man beats off his horses.
Wow.
Which I can't believe people have video of that.
We're sleepwalking, though.
Do you know that my trainer, Grant Forrester, Terry, who's been on this show a number of times, is going to be in one of the biggest races in the country this coming Friday on ESPN?
I did not know.
You know the Kentucky Derby's on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Well, they have the Kentucky Derby for female horses on Friday.
Oh.
They have the Kentucky Oaks, is what it's called, on Friday, which will be broadcasted all over the country and all over the world on ESPN. He has one of the 9 horses in the Kentucky Derby for female horses.
Really?
It's the biggest race of his career.
Wow.
It's the biggest race for any horse trainer's career. A lot of horse trainers live their whole life not ever having a horse in the Kentucky Derby or the Kentucky Oaks. And here's Grant Forrester with a horse in the Oaks, Terry.
Wow.
This Friday, we should all watch and root him on. It's a great local story.
Yes, it is.
As a matter of fact, I'm hoping that some of the local newspapers realize that we have a big story on our hands here and call the man and put a big interview story in there in the paper.
That's exciting.
This is a big local deal here, Terry.
So is he not here training the horse?
I have Grant's number somewhere in my office, Terry.
Wow, that
you know what I'm
exciting.
going to do? I'm going to call him in the next segment and see if he's whacking off the front lawn right now over this excitement.
Good chance he is.
He's in Kentucky right now, so if he's in the front, if he's in the front lawn, he's in some stranger's front lawn.
Doing it in the bluegrass?
This is the geez. Very good line. He's enjoying probably the biggest week of his professional life. Actually, not probably. This is by far the biggest week of his professional life. I don't think him sending Spontaneous Wood out for his first start is a bigger moment than him having a horse in the Kentucky Oaks, Terry.
Right. So we'll be able to watch on Friday, and they'll interview and they'll talk about, and this horse is trained by Grant Forrester.
Yes. Friday from 2 to 3 o'clock on ESPN. Did you know about this, Hotshot?
I did, yes.
You knew about this?
I saw him a couple weeks ago.
Well, he didn't know until yesterday that this was going to happen.
Well, I knew he had that big stakes race.
So that big stakes race, he finished second in.
Oh, really?
This is by far a bigger stakes
I didn't know
race.
about this one.
The Kentucky Oaks, this coming Friday.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yes. If you're not out doing your business in your front lawn, just hearing this news, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's wrong with you.
The T-Man.
Yes, but don't you know? All right, let me get to some of these calls that have been waiting very patiently. You're on the air. Hello. Hello? So patient. He passed out! Anyone there? Hello? All right, we'll go to you. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
T-Man.
Yes.
I had a comment or some advice for that guy that called about his woman calling the cops on him, telling him to sleep in his car.
Yes.
He just needs to leave her. I actually was everything that guy said. I've been through it. My ex-girlfriend used to say I hit her. She used to beat on me. She used to threaten to call the cops. Now
you lived that man's life.
Huh?
Never mind. Yes, go ahead.
Now I'm doing 2 years probation because of her.
Really? For something you never even came close to doing?
Yeah, I never even touched her. She tried to say I pushed her and hit her with my car.
So that's a very dangerous situation that this man is in, and he's basically at any moment he could lose his freedom, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I've
so you might as well get one good whack in. Is that what you're saying, sir? Oh, okay, you're not saying that. That's a good thing then. You're on the air. Hello.
Good. Hey, man, what's going on? How you doing?
Good. What's up?
Well, been having some issues. I'm a newly single person. I've been single for about, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, all right, make it quick. What's up?
I've developed a bad reputation, like, before I was, like, together with this girl. I was with her for 5 years. Well, we broke up, and I've been going out with the fellas and having good times and stuff, and every time I go out, I have girls really wanting to hook up and like.
Really? Why wouldn't they want to hook up with this guy, Terry? I can't think of any reason. So you are the hookup monster of the world right now. You just can do it whenever you want. No problem. Any girl you see, any girl you want, you can make it happen.
Seems to be that way, man. I've always kind of been that way, so.
Okay.
But my issue is that a lot of these girls I kind of know, like, you know, because everyone kind of knows each other around here and stuff. And
yeah.
So what's been going on is that every weekend I hook up with a different girl, and they're all really hot, and they all kind of know each other, you know.
Yeah.
Well, we have a good time, and you know they come back to the house and whatnot, and we have a really good time. Well, then they don't even want to. Then after that, like we'll talk a couple times, and I'll call them. They won't call me back, and we never talk again. And then I'll see them out, and they want to hook up again. But at that point, I don't even want to.
At what point does your alarm clock go off, sir, and you realize you have to actually get up and attack the day?
I don't know.
All right, let us know. Maybe I'm just jealous, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I wish I could hook up with another hot woman every weekend, and she doesn't want to talk to me except to screw me like this guy seems to have in his world.
Yeah.
It's a tough life.
It's good to be him.
Jeez. Just didn't seem like he sounded like the guy that's happening to.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just want to hook up and... Come on.
Oh, yeah, he does. Jeez.
Terry, I told you it's a big story. It's a huge story.
I know.
And I don't see any of the local papers covering this big Washington State story of a 30-year-old trainer about
Isn't that
to...
pretty young,
he's
right?
only 30 years old. He's going to be 31, I think, this month in May, yes. He's about to put a horse in the biggest race for female horses. Female horses. The year has. Grant Forrester!
Good morning.
T-Man here.
How are you?
Good, sir. How are things at Churchill Downs?
Oh, it's a glorious sunny day. The crowd is entering in for the day's races.
They're wedding in because it sounds like you're getting call waiting. You see, when you're a big-time trainer, Terry, with a horse in the Kentucky Oaks, you get calls from all over the place.
Well, that's Bob Baffert. Hang on a second.
Right. Do you think we can talk to you without all these audio interruptions there, Grant? We know you're big time.
I'll do what I can. I'll try not to stutter and all that.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Grant, we're very excited for you. This is a big moment for you in your still infant-type career. You're barely with your feet wet in the horse racing training world, and you already got a horse in the Kentucky Oaks. I knew I picked a big-time trainer. Now, if only he could do something with one of my horses, Terry, it'd be terrific.
Instead of you having to sell them and get other horses.
Oh, jeez.
We're working on it.
Yes.
This is just practice for when Let's Went becomes a superstar.
Yes, my horse next year, he's just keeping a place warm, Terry. He's just learning the ropes of Churchill Downs so that when we're in the Kentucky Derby next year, he'll know exactly what's going on.
Very good.
Grant, you have to be excited. You feeling good? You getting laid? What's going on?
Well, I'm feeling good. Not getting laid at this point, but we haven't won the race yet, so I'm hopeful that may change.
So as soon as you win the race, you get laid? Is that how it works?
Well, Terry, it's
pretty much the rules back here. Actually,
really?
If we finish in the first three, we get maybe a Miss Kentucky runner-up or something.
Yes. Terry, this race is going to be broadcast on ESPN, not ESPN2.
Oh.
It's going to be on ESPN. That tells you how big time it is. Of course, ESPN has curling before and after it, but that's all right.
That's pretty exciting, though.
That is exciting.
I like curling.
Awesome.
At 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon, just a mere 2 days away, Grant Forrester and his horse named Rugula. Is that the name of your horse?
That is correct.
Rugula. Remember Rugula. What number is she going to be?
She's number 6.
Number 6 in the Kentucky Oaks field, in a 9-horse field.
Wow. 50 on 6 to win, please.
Grant Forrester, for all of the state of Washington, is trying to have a Kentucky Oaks winner come down the stretch and across the wire in first place, even though it'll be the longest shot on the board. No, I don't think it'll be the longest shot on the board. You'll probably be second or third longest, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, 10 to win on 6, please.
What happened to 50?
I didn't know it was that long of a shot.
Why don't you tell us about what your chances are, Grant?
I think our chances are actually pretty good. I really do. We're going to be a long shot because she hasn't won a race this year. But she's run 3 seconds, and both of the two that beat us, neither one of them is in the field. So.
Wow.
Now, are people in this town realizing what a big story this is, that a local trainer who's raised in this area, whose dad is in the Vancouver, you crazy Canuck, little horse racing Hall of Fame, are the newspapers calling you, trying to get interviews, recognizing that there's a good local story happening here, or no?
Not a one. No.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, they're
John
missing
Curley has
No. We've had a little bit of press, not too much, but We're
From
just warming up.
Schwager's high school newspaper? Or who's called you?
A lot of local community colleges have been interviewing us.
See, I think the Seattle Times should be calling. I know there's
should,
obviously in the sports section, the Sonics are big news, and there's probably bigger stories to cover. But this is a big story.
What about your boy Jim Streeter? Doesn't he cover horses?
Is there going to be a profile of you in this story in the local papers or no?
I think there'll be a little bit of coverage. If we do well, I think there'll be a lot more coverage. I think everybody's kind of waiting to see what happens, and you know,
because nobody likes a loser.
But still, for him just to get there is
I think so.
very cool.
I think it's big.
I mean, how often does that happen
For a trainer 30 years old? That's why I assumed he's getting laid, Terry, because all the other trainers are like 78 or 78 years of age or older that he's going up against. Here he is, a 30-year-old trainer with a horse that's in the, as I said, this is the Kentucky Derby for female horses. Isn't that a good way to describe it, Grant? It's the Kentucky Oaks.
Exactly. This is the biggest race, probably the biggest race in the world for 3-year-old fillies. And we're going to the Kentucky Derby press party tomorrow night, so hopefully that'll be a target-rich environment.
It's at Churchill Downs, Terry, the same place where the Kentucky Derby will be the day after.
Right. A lot of hats around there, huh?
It's on ESPN, the Mint Juleps.
Yeah.
If your horse whispered in your ear tonight, have sex with me in this barn, and I'll win for you, would you do it?
I'd probably have to have a couple cocktails first, but yes, I do.
I would, too.
Wow!
If my horse...
We're going to need at least a half dozen mint juleps for that.
It would have to be the Kentucky Derby. If my horse said to me...
I'd probably have to get her drunk, too, actually.
Yeah, this Grand Guy's not hot enough. I don't know. I need some drinks.
Yeah, but what happens when she screws you over then?
Oh, wow.
And loses the race?
Well, there's always that glue factory.
I don't think I'm quite as well hung as Smarty Jones, so we're going to have to do something about that.
Okay, well, that sounds like a deal you can work on with Rugula.
That's awesome, though.
I'm excited for Grant.
Yes, absolutely.
Huge moment, Terry. Good local story.
Yeah, they're missing out, those news people.
On Friday, we're all going to be watching ESPN. We're all going to be watching Grant take this horse to the starting gate. And who's the jockey?
Greta Kunzweiler.
Oh, you're really going all woman, huh? You going with a female jockey?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is she pretty good, or what's her record, or?
She's pretty awful, but that was kind of my only shot at getting laid, so.
Well, that must make her feel good that you have no confidence in her ability.
This is a race where the purse, Terry, is $500,000.
That's a nice little pocket change.
And Grant could have picked any jockey in the world to come in and ride this horse for him, but he's staying loyal to this Greta Cunt. What? What's her name? That's her name.
Kunzweiler.
Oh, yeah, right. Kunzweiler. I'm not being funny here. This is her name. And you're staying loyal to her by letting her take the mount. Is that right?
That's right. She and the horse get along great. And,
that's important, though.
I don't want. She knows the horse, and I didn't want to make a change at this point. She's won a lot of races at Churchill Downs. Greta does very well here.
How does she spell her name?
Kuntzweiler.
See? All right. Leave me alone. Anyhow,
Kunzweiler.
we're all rooting for all you guys. ESPN, 2 o'clock. I'm going to be watching my trainer.
Yeah.
Is it all right if I dedicate the win to you, T-Man?
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you this. If you win this race, which is highly unlikely, but if you win this race...
The race for Grant?
If he wins this race, and he's interviewed by whatever little hack they have covering it on ESPN, Terry.
The lady who... Oh, no, that's...
Whoever it is, and Grant doesn't mention my name somewhere in the interview...
Uh-oh.
Well, then it's all Tim McCann all the time for me this year.
Now, is there some slogan I need to get in, or just T-Man?
Well, all you got to do is, I don't know. No, it's your moment. It's your moment. All right, Grant? It's going to be a big time for you. You're a new up-and-coming trainer with a big-time future, and this is just one of the many stops along the way. Next year, me and you, with the horse that I bought in Kentucky last year, we're doing the Kentucky Derby. You better make that happen!
No matter how big a long shot we are, we'll be in it.
All right!
But at least you'll be there, right? That's what's important.
That's right. We'll get to go to the Derby party. That's all that matters.
Hey.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, live from Kentucky.
Yay.
Good job, Grant.
Live.
Congratulations, Grant.
From Churchill Downs. That's where are you right now as we speak?
I'm at the barn right now, actually. I'm waiting for a couple horses to get here from California for Doug O'Neill. Actually, Ron Crockett's horse, Harvard Avenue, is supposed to arrive here in just a little bit. He's going to run in a $200,000 race on Saturday on the Derby undercard.
Well, that's big. So it's a big weekend for you, dude.
Yep.
But no bigger race than the Kentucky Oaks.
Well, except for the Derby.
Well, you're not in the Derby.
Well, yeah. No, for me, yeah.
Yes. No bigger. You got to lose this confusion before the race starts, okay?
We're trying to highlight you, Grant.
No bigger race for him than the Kentucky Oaks Friday, 2:30. Around 2:30 will be post time on the West Coast for your West Coast viewers. And Grant will be one of 9 trainers hoping to take the first place purse money, because that's what it's all about, Terry. It's all about the purse money. And
having a woman rider, she's going to want the purse, right?
We're very excited, dude. Congratulations.
Well, I really appreciate your guys' support. It means a lot to me.
And I know people at the Seattle Times are listening. I know people at the Seattle PI are listening. You should be calling this man. You should be doing a feature story on this man before he gets too big and doesn't return your calls.
Right. Maybe he'll become one of Eric's little heroes.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Grant?
Yes.
So the newspapers can contact you and all the hoochies.
Newspapers and the TV media.
And all the groupies. Yeah, Channel 4, Eric's little... Yeah, you're right. So all the groupies and the TV reporters can find you. Where are you staying?
I'm actually staying at my friend's house right across from Churchill Downs. I'll probably be camping out on the lawn there.
Man, you got to learn how to be a little bigger time now that you're in the big races, man.
It's okay to scout money. Yeah, he's scouting out everything for you next year, though.
I'm trying to experience the Derby flavor, as it were.
Okay.
Yeah, by sleeping in a tent.
In a mall parking lot.
It's so flavorful.
Yeah.
Insert your own cheap joke here.
This is the true essence of the Derby.
Right. It's a Walmart, though. They have hookups for your RV.
We're very proud of you.
Well, I appreciate it.
If you lose,
I'm excited for everybody. It's going to be fun.
If you lose, don't call us. Don't talk to us.
Fair enough.
If you win, we're with you.
Comb your hair on Friday to make just for the off chance you're on TV. Take care of
He
yourself.
doesn't comb his hair.
He wears one of those stupid hats. He'll be fine.
He does.
Yeah. He's big time.
He is.
I knew it all along, Terry. That's why I decided to make him my trainer years ago.
Yeah.
It's working out for everyone else but me.
Right.
And that's
You're
fine.
due. You're due.
Sooner or later.
It's coming, T-Man. Your time's coming.
Other people that have horses trained by Grant are calling into the show now.
Really?
Yeah, I think they have the same complaints as me.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're very proud as well. And I wish
I did happen to notice, though, that none of the horses in either the Derby or the Oaks had anything in their names regarding wood or dysfunctional.
So you're saying I'm more creative than any other owner you've ever known. That's very nice of you to say.
I was saying, yes.
Very kind of you, sir. We'll be watching ESPN on Friday.
Good deal.
Take care.
Good luck.
All right.
Thanks for calling.
Have a good, safe trip back afterwards.
Yep.
Okay.
Take care.
Guys.
All right. There he is.
Wow.
Trainer to the stars, Terry.
Yes.
The stars being me. Yeah. It's Grant Forrester.
Good job.
Trainer of the Kentucky Oaks, soon-to-be winner, perhaps, known as Rugula. You like that name?
I do,
Any
actually.
horse owner could name their horse Rugula.
Right.
Let them come up with spontaneous word. Let them try that.
The T-Man.
Show us all how to really give it up. Your number,
Sure.
and I'll call.
Got it.
And I'll follow that thing in the mall. Take you home so we can do it all. While I'm being teared down, yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you aware that from 7 to 9 p.m. tonight, Hotshot Scott will be he'll be appearing at Guitar Center downtown. Is that right, downtown?
That is correct.
Yes, so on the biggest night in TV history with Dr. Phil interviewing Pat O'Brien and the American Idol special on Primetime Live. Why watch TV when you can be down at Guitar Center getting all your guitar information from Hotshot Scott? Yeah, dude, this pick would be perfect for you.
Are you going to play for everybody, too?
Probably not going to play, Stephen. No.
Well, what are you going to do down there?
Yeah, what's going on down there?
You play guitar. I mean, it makes sense.
Well, they have
There's a million people better than me that they'd probably rather hear down there.
I'm confused. Why are they having you down there then? What are you going to do? You going to stand around waving? What are you going to do?
Well, T-Man, not only does Guitar Center sell guitars,
Oh, geez.
but they sell bass, drums, keyboards, and DJ mixing equipment.
No, really?
That's all well and good, but what the hell are you going to be doing
Well,
there?
they're having like a mixing competition. They're qualifying people.
Is that right?
And if I had the copy points in my hand that you have, I could tell you.
I'm looking at it and I can't make anything out of this. No heads or tails.
exciting.
I'll tell you what. You tell us here. There's the copy points.
I can't either. I was hoping you'd try.
So there's going to be like, if you're an aspiring mixer, DJ kind of thing, you should go down to Guitar Center tonight and hang out with you.
Yeah, it's called Spin-Off.
There you go.
It's the
right.
largest organized DJ competition in the country.
Wow.
And how do you know that?
It says it right here on the copy.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, from 7
Sounds like the dream.
from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock this evening, Hopscotch Scott will be at Guitar Center in downtown Seattle.
Where is it located then?
They'll be on Westlake.
Oh, okay.
You can't miss it.
Everyone knows where Guitar Center is, Terry.
Some might not. They could be coming from other parts.
Everyone at some point in their life has had to go to Guitar Center for something.
Right.
All right.
Go on down, slam on someone else's drum set for an hour.
Yeah, okay. Do they have that big drum room in there?
Hey, dude, can I plug this one in, please?
All right. That sounds like the way the evening will go.
Yes, it will.
So if that sounds appealing to you, then 7 to 9 o'clock tonight is the place you need to go. It's Guitar Center with Hopscotch Scott. Go enjoy it. Have fun, and we'll all ask you how it was.
That sounds appealing to everybody. What do you mean if it sounds appealing to you?
Well, I'm not going to be there.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'll save you a spot. I wish I could. You're right. It does sound appealing. Yes, it does.
I'll save you a spot in the drum room in case you show up.
Okay.
Super.
What do we do in the drum room?
Oh, we get nuts. We play drums. We play guitar.
Oh, wow.
It's Battle of the Bands.
Oh, wow. Oh, then put me down on the list.
And by the way, you get a free T-shirt if you sign up for the contest.
Do I get on the VIP list?
You do, yes.